We're streaming.
Hey everybody, welcome to the stream.
For the
It's
points.
working. Our numbers were into 10 seconds.
Look at that. 4 of us in there for the points.
Bang! Right at 7. Hello, welcome. It is once again Tuesday night. I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I'm here with the host of your channel, Buffed Out Campo. And we start with greetings. It's the thing that we do. So, first,
And also,
at 7. Yes, what?
already, we don't need to have any fear.
Oh, yeah, Dougster.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Potato. Welcome to the stream, Dougster Wolverine Garage. You know what? Dougster usually doesn't come in till about a quarter after. So
That's
even
right.
Dougster's prompt tonight. Welcome to the stream. All right, so at 7 on the dot is Lester LeSabre, Buddy Carafano, and Johnny C. You each get 2 points for that. Now, let's see. Buddy Carafano, you get an additional 2 points for being here this afternoon as one of the very first people here.
And he submitted this picture.
Oh, he did.
1964 Dodge Dart.
Buddy's good about that. Thank you for sending in pictures. Dougster's Wolverine Garage slipping in at 7:01. I give you a point.
That was
I already
a
gave 3 people. Okay, this is something that I was like having have you ever had one of those you were half asleep and you were having a dream and I was having this anxiety nightmare that I was giving out points badly. I was supposed to be I had promised to award people. There's a weird tapping noise.
You know, I'm watching them. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. What's doing that? I can see it on the mic.
Okay, I understand. Okay, I'm going to fix the mic, guys. You just have to bear with me.
So many selections.
Shh. Okay. You'll notice that it's silent when we're not talking now. Thank you for the Buddy for correcting our sound.
Stop. Just quiet. What was that?
Sometimes you have to unselect the device and then reselect it, and it frees it up and it lets it reset itself.
Because before you came in, remember I said I'd never seen it do this before. The tape gauges were going like this, and when I wasn't making any noise, it was doing that, and I didn't know why. Okay, so you knew what it was.
Yeah, I used to just reboot and that would fix it, but I figured out how to do it by unselecting and reselecting the device. Repair mic fix. Grab hammer out of toolbox. Yeah. Yeah.
The golf
fix
club.
it. We'll fix it.
Just take this thing and this is the mic.
I just put it down.
I gotta play with it. This looks like the mic, but that is the mic.
That's right. This is just
Hello?
decoration. It's just decoration. Cause it's cool. Look how shiny it is. It's so neat. It's got all this texture. I love it. Hippie Long, welcome to the stream. Was watching on TV. 10 minutes? Okay. Gearhead says, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream, Gearhead. KJ Kylie is also here. Welcome to the stream. Okay, guys. Now, what was I talking about? We got distracted by the microphone. The microphone's important. We have to fix that.
You were giving out points, and you're having a dream about points.
That I was you know how sometimes I'll be like, if you can do this, I promise you I'll give you these points. I had this anxiety that I had promised to award points and then not given them out, but I couldn't remember who or for what. This is supposed to be fun, and I was giving myself anxiety. I want everybody to enjoy themselves. I don't want anybody to feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. And And I've been like trying to figure out like what really can we give out good as like awards and rewards for points. Like the cost of like shirts and stuff like that. Like I can't give out shirts. I'd love to, but like all the people who deserve them, I can't just give them away. So we can, and I don't even know what I put on them. And okay, I was watching Junkyard Digs, right? I was telling you they have a new sticker, and it's
Oh,
it's
yours,
not
something
fixed,
you.
but it's different.
It's
And
something
I
you.
was
You're
saying
the one
that
that's
when I was working on the Dart before No Name Nationals, I was saying.
You're
And
the
now
one
they have
that-
a sticker that says the thing that I said. But I don't think they're copying me. But if they were, that would be super cool. And I would just be so honored that I wouldn't be able to be upset. But it's a thing that I would put that on a sticker, but they did it. So now I can't copy their sticker. So you can give out that sweet microphone. No, that microphone was like $35. I can't give those away.
It was more than that.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that's right. That's a broken one, and we fixed it.
No,
Which microphone?
this one here.
Oh, I thought you
I
meant
can
this one.
definitely not give that one away.
Yeah,
those are
expensive.
But I mean, that the microphone that we're talking on, those are easy to get. It's an on microphone from Walmart, so I could get more of those. Toaster and waffle makers. It's already in the category. You know, we got to get to work on those waffle makers. We have to design and create them.
I'm over here downloading pictures. That's why I'm looking away.
Johnny C says we don't really care. It's all in good fun. I'm glad you feel that way, Johnny C, but I don't know if everybody feels that way. Red Hornet. Welcome to the stream.
Red Hornet.
Who's Red Hornet?
Somebody new. Welcome to the stream.
I like the H. I thought it was Green Hornet. Is Red Hornet somebody from the Green Hornet universe? Oh, Dougster Wolverine got a Pandora music ad.
Already?
You get 2 points for watching the advertisement and telling us about it. Does anybody subscribe
Wow,
to Pandora?
they're already getting ads. Why are they already getting ads? Pandora music ad.
Can we turn the ads on? Give advertise. I'm stressed. That was the other thing. I was stressing the advertising.
Ah, thank you for turning that on. I was missing that.
I was stressing the advertising. I was like, shouldn't we just turn advertising off? I don't know. We were going past, what was the place that we went past on our way back from Firewood that I said they advertised with us? Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply has stuff for women too. I remember that commercial. I was like, yes. And you go in, they do. They have clothes for women. I think they have boots for women too. Gotta love me some Tractor Supply boots.
The Chevelle.
Whose Chevelle is this?
Well, Hippie Long sent it, but it's a 65. What are you pushing me for?
I want to see it.
Oh, I don't know why you're pushing me. Okay.
I'm looking at the picture. You're in the way. No, it's good.
And there's a whole bunch of pictures from Hippie Long.
38 Racing says, I have a friend that has a Dart like that one, but in black. Which Dart is he talking about?
Probably the first one.
Oh, the red one. That was a, what, 63, 64 Dart?
64 Dart.
64. Oh, that's because we're doing 64 tonight.
And that's why I said the Chevelle
Guys,
is a 65.
Everyone who I've talked to so far in chat already knows. But in case someone's watching who's new here, or they're watching after the stream is over and they don't understand how we do, every week we pick a year, not a decade, a year, a specific year to try and, just rein the conversation in, just bring it back. Because we'll go off and we show viewers rides. If your ride is some other year, don't matter. But, still show us to us because we want to see it. But otherwise, this gives everybody the opportunity to participate. Anybody who wants to can send pictures of cars that they really love. Maybe one that my uncle owned one, my parents owned one when I was growing up, from 1964, right? Next week it'll be some other.
Oh, next week we already
can send
chose
those
what
pictures.
Next week will be 87.
Right. So next week 87, right? But we that's a thing that we do. Everybody here knows that. And
But-
the people in chat, if you're watching after the stream or if you're watching now, it really helps to have the chat with you because this is an interactive stream where we're talking to the people. It's what we do. It makes everybody feel like they're a part of and they're enjoying it. It makes it enjoyable for everybody. You know, we get to know one another, and so if you're able to review the chat, it makes it more fun. This is my reminder, my nightly reminder to him as well as to myself, is when we read comments, we're going to read the name of the person who's making that comment.
I always forget
so
that.
we know who we're talking about and who's talking to who, because not everybody can see the chat. But if you can, the whole thing makes more sense if you can. And what else do I have to talk about? That guy, I got to make a list because there's a lot of things I got to say at the beginning of every stream, it seems like. But I want to keep moving forward. So tonight, I got to give out the email address. If you want to send in a picture of something the other thing, I like to see dealer pictures, and a lot of people send pictures of cars up on
Who sends that normally? We didn't get one of those
on the
this week.
trains coming from the factory or sitting out front of the dealer, big row of cars from 1964. That's always interesting to see from the year of the year. Blue. I ran out of words. I got all tongue-tied. It's always cool to see that, right? And then I was seeing Junk Car Willie. He puts up on Facebook. He puts up pictures of old gas stations, you know. But any pictures that you can find, right? If you want to send them in so we can show them up here and talk about them, you can send them to buffdelcampo@gmail.com. And the Buff Del Campo is just like the name of the channel, at gmail.com. When you're sending those kinds of emails, try and include your screen name so we know who they came from. Because most people's email is not the same as their screen name.
Yeah, like this one right here has a name on it, but then in the subject line it says from Hippie Long. So that's really good because then I know who it is, and that's whose car this is.
Okay, great. Mexican Spec is here. Mexican Spec is our moderator. Welcome to the stream. And he said he just got back from the body shop, and it sounds like he has some good news for
what's going on?
Lester LeSabre.
Oh, I missed that because I was doing
because
something
we were
else.
talking.
And then I saw these Mexican specs, but it's already scrolled past, so I didn't see everything.
Hippie Long says it's a 65 Barracuda Commando. Commando, does that mean it's not wearing undershorts? It's a Commando. Doesn't have undershorts.
Well, let's see this one. That's a weird way to spell "eat."
Man, it's a shame about the chrome on the bumper.
But you can
so
fix that.
Expensive. Oh, can you take that to Mexico and get chrome done?
I don't know.
If you could still get chrome done in Mexico, that's what we really should do. Is we should take a whole bunch of old bumpers down to Mexico and get them all done.
A couple of years ago, I got a snap-on wrench, 11/16 snap-on wrench, just a little box open wrench, and it was kind of rusty looking, and the date on it was 54, which is the year I was born. So I wanted that, but I wanted it to look nice because I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to have it. So I took a chrome shop in Nashville, and they chromed it for me, and it was like $65 to have the wrench chrome. It's like, oh, heart failure, but it looks nice. That's just for a wrench. I can't imagine what a bumper would cost.
Quality may vary. Yeah, but you can't even get it done here in the States anymore.
That's why people paint them now.
Yeah. Dr. Go says...
Where's Dr. Go? He's here.
Welcome to the stream, by the way, Dr. Go. And welcome Olive to the stream. We always like to say hello as people come in and as they go, because this stream is about community. It's not just about me or him, even though it's his channel. But really, it would be kind of pointless for us to just be here by ourselves talking about cars.
We do that though.
We could, but it's just not what. It doesn't do anything for us. It's not interesting. We could do it every day. We can make videos like this, like showing pictures of old cars. It wouldn't be the same as being able to. And other nights, late in the week, we go in the shop, we work on stuff, although we didn't last week because the weather was terrible. But on Tuesday nights, we're in the studio. The studio is bright, hot lights. Our whole living room is dominated by lights and screens. We got the big green screen behind us, which allows us to put these pictures. It makes my hair look a little fuzzy around the edges. You're not too fuzzy around the edges, are you?
Well, my hat has green on it, so you can see through my hat.
Oh, yes.
You see that?
Yes,
You can see the car through my hat. You know, it's kind of weird.
It's fun. If you've never done green screen,
Yeah, you can't wear anything
you really
green.
should try it.
If I wear something like
You
a
have to be
green
careful.
shirt, it's just my head floating around. You don't even see me. You know, it's
We're
kind of
both
weird.
gray tonight for a change. Sometimes gray doesn't work with green screen.
And Dylan's here. Chrome don't get you home. Yeah, you know Dylan's car. The front of it is a Laguna. There's no chrome on the Laguna front end, and it's kind of aerodynamic shape, so the air flows over the car nicely.
The Maverick is waiting for a 302. We're sort of waiting for a 302 too. I've been watching for a good one.
I'm kind of enjoying the 6-cylinder.
I think we're probably going to keep it for a year. I should stop looking. Barracuda just needs assembly. Those are some nice cars. That's good projects.
Well, this one. Let me see if I can find that picture again. I'm sure I can find it. Just I got to click through and get to it. There it is. We are in the way, but that's pretty clean, you know. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice looking engine bay. Yeah. It was a 6, but it's going to be a what? 273? 380?
No, the
the
Maverick.
the Ford.
Yeah, it's going to be a 302 or something.
Put some green stickers on your face so you can see through your face. Hey, that sounds insulting. You don't want to see her face?
Twisted Mopar Garage is here, man. This is going like crazy now.
That's what you could do with that scratch on your neck. You could put a sticker on it,
man,
a green sticker on it.
And then it's on this side.
And then just a
I got
hole
this.
in your throat.
Kim put some makeup on it so it doesn't show
Give
too
a little
much.
touch up.
I was glad she did that because I got a spot here that is itching, and I reached
And
up
then
there
I-
and
and
right
then I told
before
him
the
not to
show, and
talk
then
about
then
it.
I'm leaking blood,
then
and
I
it's like,
brought it up
oh,
like
you
a
got to be
jerk.
kidding me, you know? So I cleaned it all up, and then she put makeup on it. So, yep.
Also, Olive says, inviting everyone to this month's Motor Week Retro Marathon. Pure car geeking and good company. Tell us more, Olive.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm not familiar with that. It sounds cool. It's always nice to have options, things to do, places to hang out with people, even if it's online. I don't know. I don't go out as much. A couple years ago, I couldn't wait to go out and hang out with people, and I don't know. Less and less do I enjoy the company of many people.
Man, Mexican Spec says no Mexican Maverick had a 6, so it seems weird to me. You know, and what was weird to me is they were all 6-cylinders until what, 73 or something? Somewhere there, the first few years of the Maverick only had 6-cylinders. Here, you know, and then they had the 302 available. And in Mexico, none of them had 6-cylinders. It's just crazy. Well, the same thing happened down there with the Mustang 2s. There were none of them with V8s the first year. And the second year, they all had, or in Mexico, they all had 302s.
I think I have some emerald green lipstick. I wonder if that would make my lips invisible. That
Don't
would
do
be
that. Don't do that.
weird. Not tonight. I don't know where it is anyways. Oh man, I've been bouncing around from topic to topic. Oh, Dr. Go was saying that this weekend is Dr. Go. I'm going back up because he said it, and Dr. Go said.
I think it was up further.
It's further up. Wow, you guys are
You keep
talking a lot.
talking. There it is.
Wow. Friday the 28th through Saturday the 1st is Indianapolis Indianapolis Mopar swap. So if you guys are anywhere near Indy, you need to change your schedule.
We're actually not that far from Indianapolis, but
No.
yeah, it's just far enough. And we got so much to do here.
If I go there, I'll spend money. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I have enough to do. I do not need more projects. I was looking today at Classic Industries and Pirate Jack for disc brake swaps for my Dart.
Really?
Yeah, I've got so much money in that car now, though. It's worth double what I could ever get for it. Or, I mean, I've got double invested in what it'll ever be
Well,
worth.
but you no reason to sell that car.
I know, but I just pouring money into it.
You got to enjoy it.
I'll enjoy it more with disc brakes, I think. Maybe.
It's like you didn't like the 3 on the tree, so you enjoy it more with an automatic. But now it's sitting there. You're not
Plus
driving
the 3
it.
on the tree, the bearings were going out and the clutch was going out, and it was like, I got a good automatic. I'm putting it in.
Okay, I just got a bunch of pictures from Mexican Spec, and I'm going to start showing them. For some reason,
I'm going to make us a little smaller, everyone, so that you can see some of the cool pictures. Maybe I should do it like...
Yeah, for some reason that's a really big deer.
Can you make it?
Well, I'm gonna, yeah, I can zoom that in a little bit.
Oh, there you go. That's much better.
But then I'm gonna show some of his other pictures because he sent more pictures of this wagon.
Thank you for sending pictures, Mexican Spec.
Look at that. Is that one you have? Is that one you have for sale? That's a nice car.
Rob's Rods and Street Cars says, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the stream, Rob.
Oh, look at the tint on the windshield. Man, is that down low? You get stopped here for that.
You know what? Your car is a lot like that.
Yeah, but it's not down that far.
Not quite that low?
No.
Okay.
No, you get stopped for that.
Motor
here.
Week, the old television.
Look at how clean that is.
Oh, starting the 27th on the Motor Week YouTube channel. All right, check that out. Guys, check that out. Put that on your...
Tommy Hanlon's here from Dublin.
Welcome, Tom.
Look at that. See, I had a 64 Ford Galaxy, but it wasn't a wagon. But man, I remember that. I remember that dashboard. Mine did not have a clock. It had a...
Oh, it does have a clutch pedal. It's a 3 on the tree. Mexican Spec.
Oh, yeah, mine was an automatic. But mine had a... just right over here. I don't know if they can see that. Where that clock is, mine had a block-off plate. But this one has something else where the heater is. This one doesn't have a heater. Doesn't have heater controls.
Oh,
it has some kind of a
it's a
thing
Mexican car.
It has some kind of a thing there. And they looks like an oil pressure gauge or something down below the dash. Oh, that's a nice car though, man.
Like new. Yeah, oh, fully refurbished, I'll bet. That's the nice thing about some of these Mexican cars is that the labor costs in Mexico are reasonable, and they can take an old car like this and fix it up really, really nice. Maybe in some cases better than new. I don't know.
Look at that gold surge tank. And that's an FE. That's an FE engine. I don't know which one it is. 390 or 352 or 427. I doubt it.
Oh, Dougster says he got a Lexus ad. Pinky lift? I don't know what that one means. I haven't seen that one yet. But,
oh, somebody put a switch there. I saw that. Maybe for the back window. Yeah, there's no heater controls, but there's a switch there.
I did see the switch.
That was kind of interesting. Because all of them here had
you get controls. 2 points for your Lexus ad. And anybody who gets an advertisement, if you tell us about the advertisement, you get 2 points. Even if I miss your comment, or, if it's scrolling too fast, you automatically can award yourself the 2 points. And the way the points work is it is an on your honor system. I know most of you know this, but if someone's new, I award the points. I don't keep track of the points. What, you think I got a spreadsheet or something? You got to keep track of your own points. It's easy. It's one person's worth of points. Your own. Just, you can either take a mental note, or if you're not good at keeping track, write it down somewhere. you know, Post-it note. Does anybody still do Post-it notes? Put a Post-it note on your monitor. I got every time.
My
You just
last
keep a
computer,
tally.
I had a little thing on there that had Post-it notes, and you just put them up there on the screen. I'm downloading more pictures. People are sending us pictures.
Country sedan. Later cars were only Galaxy wagons.
Oh, they quit calling them country sedans. In Mexico, they called them Galaxy wagons.
So that's a 64. That is a beautiful car for it being that old.
Oh, and the grills they get bent so easily on those because of the way they were made. And that one it's almost straight. But you could take that off and spend some time and make it really good, I'm sure.
Olive says she got a Husky floor mat advertisement. And you know what? That Subaru that I had, it came with Husky floor mats, and they are beefy, like double thick. There's like raised pattern on the top, and then the sticky things that go into the carpet on going down. They're heavy duty. They're really, really nice set of floor mats. So if you're looking for it, check out, see if Husky has a set that'll fit your car. I actually do. My experience is that they're pretty nice if you're looking for some floor mats. So there you go. And we thank Husky for and Lexus for supporting the stream through their advertising dollars, which we only get what a fraction of a cent, 1/10 of 1
60
cent.
cents.
But that's
So here's one that Mexican Spec sent. It's a two-door Comet wagon, which is kind of interesting, and it's a 64. I don't know if we got those here, but it has the 6. I can see that. Let's see what else I can
It's
find.
got no air cleaner.
Oh yeah, it's just a.
You think they just left it off for the picture?
I don't know.
I guess that happens a lot. And it's only a 4-bolt.
Oh, look at the taillights. Those are really washed out taillights, or are they amber? That's really strange.
They look very amber.
Or they've been in the sun a lot and they're made out of something else. I don't know. I'm sure Mexican Spec can get taillight lenses. I hope he can when I say
those
that.
look amber. I'm not.
Oh, look at that headliner.
I'm not a fan of this car in this color.
Oh,
I
it's a
love the
63.
car, but
Oh, and Mexican Spec says the air cleaner's there. That radio's missing. It's got, but the radio hole isn't all butchered up. So you could put there's a company that makes new radios that look like the old radios, but they've got AM, FM, and they got Bluetooth and all that.
Bluetooth, I know, yeah.
Pretty cool.
I found him a CD player that's got Bluetooth.
Yeah, 38 Racing. I see that you sent some pictures. I just haven't downloaded them yet. I saw your.
Thanks
your
for sending pictures, Ray.
I think you're next in line.
And it might be a 63 model. That's excusable. You know, you're very close.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of pictures here. I'm downloading Ray's pictures.
That's
now.
not what I said, Buff. I said the air cleaner is here, says Mexican Spec.
Oh.
Oh, the air cleaner is here, Kim. Oh, I see.
I don't know what I said.
Is there?
Air is cleaner there. I get it. Okay.
Oh, shoot. I read it wrong, too.
Air is cleaner there. Yeah. You don't need an air cleaner.
Don't need an air cleaner.
Air is already clean.
I see.
I don't know about that one.
So there's never any dust?
No dust.
No dust.
No dust
never.
in Mexico.
Nope.
Okay, what's this? Oh, it's a sideways picture. I have to fix these. Hang on. This is bad.
Can you rotate it?
Yeah, I can, but I can't. I gotta do it differently. Let's see. It's gonna take me a minute to fix these. I gotta drag them over here. I know there's a way to do this.
Third time's a charm. Well, sometimes.
Oh, how do I do this?
I'd like to see you try and be here watching this screen roll by like this.
Kim, I don't know how to do this on this one. This is, oh, here we
AJ
go, here
Kyler
we go, here we
says,
go.
if the wagon was an EV, it would weigh 6,000 pounds. Ah, for simpler days. I know, they have to put special tires on those EV cars because the regular tires wear out too fast because they're so darn heavy. That's wild. And simplicity is so attractive. I mean, some of the modern amenities I like, but the problem is I can't afford a brand new vehicle, so pretty much whatever I'm buying is going to be like 10 or 15 years old, and those really fancy amenities, they start to just, it starts to like, everything starts going wrong, and then it gets expensive and problematic. It's like, ugh.
You do sets of eyes and you both read it the same way. It's what we expected to hear, not what we saw, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I
That's all right.
right-sided up these. Right-sided up. I made it into a verb.
That's all right. We only have one brain between the two of us, and we just take turns using it.
Is that the case? Okay, this is from 38 Racing. There's a few like that, but yeah, I right-sided up them. I right-sided up them.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, so
is
this
that one of his current vehicles, or is that just a picture of something he had back in the day?
Look at this.
That's 64?
I got. I'm gonna start coughing. I need to get a
Quit coughing. Oh, Claritin?
Claritin. Is that a commercial?
Mexican Spec said it's auto auction rebuilds. I know the guy you mean. His YouTube channel sold his Model S Plaid to Carvana because he was paying $650 per month for his insurance. Wow, $650 a month. Can you imagine what you could buy with just a $650 a month?
Buff fixes things. I just fix pictures. She fixes real things.
That's just his insurance, $650 per month. Plus, I'm sure he was making payments on that vehicle still. Insurance companies.
Oh, I got another one. I got another one downside up. Maybe I can fix this. Maybe
I think it's such a shame. I really do that electric cars have failed so badly. Because there is some promise for them, but they overpromised what they were going to be able to deliver. And then they gave this hyper complicated, super heavy, terrible range.
Let's see if I can make
and the
this
only
work
thing
again.
they really delivered on was like phenomenal performance at the drag strip. They absolutely delivered on that. Just amazing. Everything else they just
Okay, let's see if these if these are fixed right side up now.
Safety, self-driving, it all just went boom.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I fixed these. Oh, I did fix them now, I think. Look at that. Look at the chain hoist. It grew there.
It grew there.
I like that.
Well, is that literally hanging on that branch? That branch doesn't look like big enough.
Looks like a tree that fell down, but it must be a branch.
It doesn't look big enough to pick up that whole cab. I bet you it's probably bouncing on there. Gearhead 6971 says the infrastructure for going electric should have been in place before they started producing them. I mean, it's a chicken or the egg thing, right? Like if there's no cars, then it doesn't justify the infrastructure, right? But if there's no infrastructure, it doesn't justify the cars. But the promise was that you could just plug it in at home. Like nobody realized you needed these enormous super powered things, Tesla superchargers to recharge your car in under 4 hours, or I don't know. It's just, like when I thought of electric cars, like before this new round, like how long has it been now? Like 10 or 15 years that they've really started pushing electric cars again. Before that, before electric cars became a thing again, if you just said electric cars, I would have automatically thought a car that you put batteries in, like a big dry cell D battery, like a giant one. You stick it in there, or you stick it in there and you turn the thing. Like you see them use, to power mech suits in some sci-fi movie, right? And then when the battery dies, you take it out and you put another one that's already charged in, and your downtime is like, what, 30 seconds, under 30 seconds, And so what? Who cares how long it takes for the other battery to charge? Because you got a battery, you can have 10 of them lined up. But the problem is that the batteries cost so much money, they're more valuable than the whole rest of the car. Anyways.
This is going to get away from you.
I'm talking away the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done.
Well, pick up where Max Wedge dastardly came in.
Oh, welcome
and you
to
haven't
streaming.
said hi, and
Max
now
Wedge.
he's almost gone. Yeah, see what he said, and then.
Oh, and he has a perfectly clean driving record. That stinks. $650 a month, man. There's a cheap Chinese electric car being sold here, $250 range for $20,000 US. I mean, is that good?
Dick Dastardly, I want to read what he said. He's going to go away here.
Okay.
That's what I love about my 63. Radio delete, no back seat, no heater from factory.
From the factory.
And what is that? I don't know what that 63 is.
63.
I don't remember.
A Max Wedge car.
38 says shade tree time. Man, there was a guy I knew in California years ago. This is in the 70s. And he opened up a shop. He called it the Shade Tree. And he had like 8 stalls that were set up with tools. And you could come in there and you could rent a space from him for some certain amount of time. And he kept one space for him, and he worked on his cars in there. He's in there every night. And he had another job, but he had that place open at night. But what killed that place was, he went and got insurance. His insurance man was like, you're going to do what? Have strangers come in and rent tools and use your lift and work on their cars? Yeah, I think the insurance is what killed him. He was there for about a year. It was a pretty cool place, but I don't think he could afford the insurance. Not enough people came in and rented space, but it was pretty cool. He was always in there. Hey, Tavo's here. I got to show a picture of something that I
Welcome
have.
to the stream. Mexican Specs asks, what is the cheapest electric car in the U.S.? Can anyone confirm what the price is? I don't think there's anything under 40. I think it's like about $45,000, $50,000. And I think it rapidly goes up in price from there.
Okay. We were going somewhere yesterday, and Kim said to me, look at that truck. Get a picture of it. And here it is.
Zoom way in.
There it is. She goes, it says Tavo on it.
It's Tavo. It says Tavo. Get
It's
get a
Tavo's
picture. I drove really fast to get up beside him so we could get the picture.
Oh, and it got a red light. And then, finally we caught up to it.
Is this a distant relative, Tavo? He's using your name.
I thought that was pretty cool, but I was able to get a picture. Out the front of Kim's van. We went on I didn't put all the other pictures in. I just downloaded that in kind of in a hurry before the live stream tonight, but we went and bought wood. And we filled her van with wood. Drove back, but it was on the way to get the wood that we got that.
KJ Kylie says in PA, gas tax pays for road repairs. EVs ride for free still. Yes, but they have to pay for electricity.
Who says it? Where is this? Oh, KJ Kylie.
I mean, yeah, they get around the road tax. They get around the road tax.
And you know what the politicians want to do? They want to tax people instead of with the gasoline. They want to tax people by the mile and have your car transmit how many miles you drive. And I'm like, ugh.
Taxes, more taxes. They need
more
money.
So I don't know. I don't know. The electric car, they have to figure out how to do that somehow. I don't know.
They get it.
I don't want them to do that though.
Licensing, registration, insurance. It's like
maybe there's something they can do with the registration. Let's see here.
And they raised registration here to from what was it, like $20 or $30 to $100
Oh,
a year,
they jacked it way up in
way
Tennessee.
up. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we need to raise it." Like they always.
Well,
need
what they
to raise
did was the license plate, the
Just
sticker is
more
still
money,
like,
more money.
what was it, like $22, $21.50, and then they added something to it called the wheel tax, which is like another $80.
They
It's
just
like,
keep it.
what? Of course, we're complaining about $100 registration. Somebody in California, you know what they're paying.
Yeah, but that's every vehicle you have. I can only drive one vehicle at a time. If I have three
But
vehicles, I would
but
have pay that
but
wheel tax
but
three
but if
times.
you're in California, it'd be crazy. And Arizona's, well, in those two states, as the car gets older, the price of the registration goes down. But still in California, it's
That's
pretty
why I
high.
don't live in
It's
California.
pretty high.
I don't want to live in California. The fact that everything's more expensive in California is not justification for gouging here as well.
Yeah, and Mexican spec says, "You sure they aren't charging the electric cars more for registration?" And they may be,
In some places
or
they
they might be
are.
giving them a break. I don't know, because they're
In some
electric.
places they are. I don't know in Pennsylvania. I don't know in Pennsylvania.
So happy long. Best deal in my town is the bus, $1 for 110 square miles. Where
Really,
is
that
that?
is a good deal.
That's what I was just
I
telling
know they
Kim
raised the bus prices a lot in
when I was
places that I was aware of.
when I was in on Oahu in the military. There's a thing called the bus, which they still have, the bus. But when I was there in the late '70s, it was $15 for a month, and you go anywhere on the island. Well, now it's probably more than that. I think it's like 80 or something, but still, what a deal, man. And it came on the base, so I just, everywhere I went was just on the bus, and it was pretty good. Get off work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go grab a shower, get on the bus, and go down to Waikiki Beach. Walk around down, try to pick up on the officers' daughters, you know? Man, that was in my younger days. Of
38
course,
Racing.
you get real good at getting turned down. What? I'm sorry.
It's okay. 38 Racing says, "Have the government track my car. I'll pay the tax." They're tracking your car anyways. They're tracking your car, and you're not getting anything for it. Google's tracking your phone is tracking your car. They're selling that information to anybody who's buying. Highest bidder, they'll sell you out. They don't care. And you already agreed when you bought your phone to get your phone to even turn on. You agreed to everything. You agreed to
See here.
50 pages worth of agreement that's basically
But
says,
nobody ever reads that.
you're not going to read it. You want your phone to work. You've agreed that they can track everything, they can listen to everything you say, and they can sell it to anybody who will pay. We're all stuck doing that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Powell says they've been talking about doing the charge per mile down under. Of course, they claim it would be offset by cheaper registration.
Never.
But for how long?
They will never lower
take taxes away.
never.
You know, in
new
California,
taxes. They never take any
when
away.
did they have the big earthquake in somewhere around Santa Cruz, California? What year was that? 1989? I don't know. But there was a lot of damage to bridges there. And they raised the sales tax from 6% up to like 8.5% for 18 months. And you think, and that was all. That was going to pay for the bridges. You know what? They still have that tax. Because they'll never lower it. Even when they promise they'll never lower it. See, John, see, 186 for my '05 Mustang. What is that for? For registration? I can tag some of my vehicles for $17. Some are just $150. Yet Nebraska's different. Yeah, all the states are different. Boat anchors here. Tags are $169 for each of my cars, and I have 2. But the vet is non-op. See, that's another thing. In California, they have the non-op thing. You don't non-op that car, and you let the registration expire, and you don't register it for a few years, you got to pay all that back registration. You got to pay all the penalties and all that. And you got to go and get a non-op slip if you don't want to pay for that. And so when I was in California, or I was in Arizona. I bought cars in California because people didn't non-op them, and then they owed all this back registration and penalties and everything. Come into Arizona and they didn't care about any of that. They just want the current registration. So you could get good deals on cars at the time, and I assume it's still that way.
Dougster Wolverine Garage says antique license plate. See, that antique license plate might be a solution, but in some places the car has to be like an exemplary like version. Like it has to be really nice. And you have to prove that it's something worthy of special exemption. And then in other places, if you get antique plates, there's like serious restrictions on how much mileage, what times of days, what days of the week you can use it. So if you plan to use the car for anything, you don't want to get it antique plated because then you're really restricted. Tavo says it costs nearly $900 per year for registration fees for his Valiant. Wow.
And that's Australian $900, so that's probably about 600 US, something like that. I'm not sure, but that's still a lot of money. That's terrible.
Wow.
Hippie Long says 89. It was 1989. It stopped the World Series. You're right. The whole World Series shook, and the game didn't start. Oh, Dick Dastardly, my kid. You won't believe it. My kid shot himself in the leg today with a 380 clip out of the chamber was empty.
I'm so sorry. Who said this? What?
Max Wood, Dick Dastardly. Yep. About
Guys,
2/3 the way up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. I hope he's going to be all right. Through the leg.
My former brother-in-law years ago shot himself in the leg with a, I don't know, it was
gun safety
9mm, and it went down through his leg and ricocheted, and then came back up and hit him again in the leg and up in the groin area.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, who's this?
All right, so I am not against guns at all. At all. I think we have a responsibility as Americans, as people, to be prepared to defend ourselves and our liberties. But we also have a responsibility to acquire the knowledge accidents can happen anyways, but make sure that we are properly trained in how to use our tools. We'll call them tools.
Evgeny, Simon.
I'm so sorry though, Max, that he had that accident, and I hope that he is better soon. And I don't think it's really all that funny. But he is a dumbass.
Russia?
But only in a loving sort of like, thank God he's okay, or thank God he's gonna be okay. I think a gunshot wound.
Simon,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What language are we speaking?
I think it's Russian, Ruski.
Oh, yes.
I think. DD. I don't know what he's trying to say. Not up around here. It's just a sign. I'm saying you didn't drive it. And away you go. Yeah, in California they stick you. You if you go over and don't get it, you're paying the penalties, and it's terrible.
The problem with non-op is then you can't drive it. Because if you get caught driving it with a non-op, you could get into, I don't know what the fine is, but I don't think I want to pay it. So, the thing of it is, it's not that big a deal. I just have to be diligent about anything that's registered. It has to either be have the tags or be non-opt so I can maintain registration. So I've got 2 vehicles like that. But, there's like 5 vehicles that I'd like to be able to pick from, but I can't just spend that money. It's like, it really gets really expensive. And why should it get expensive to the point where, like, I drive 1 or 2 days a week? I have 5 cars. Can't I just pick whichever one is actually running? Only one of them's running, but I have 5.
That's what I always said about car insurance.
One breaks, I want to just be able to...
That's what I always said about car insurance. Insure me. I'm only going to drive one at a time. Why do I have to have insurance on all these cars? And at the end of the year...
You can do that.
At the end of the year, what have I driven? Like 3,000 miles between all of them? Man. Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. That's right.
Well, yes, generally. That is true. Gearhead says in North Dakota, 40-year Pioneer plates are a one-time fee of $10, no restrictions. See, it should be like that. Olive says around the house I don't even keep around chambered.
Tavo, I
Good.
could go to jail for carrying a slingshot or toy replica lead propellant device. Yeah, because that's what happened in Australia. They took them all away. I was watching years ago it was TV then, not YouTube, but they're standing there with a chop saw cutting rifles in half in Australia. Well, when I went to England, the first day I was there, they don't have any guns in England, and there was a shooting. That didn't work. Yeah, a Mexican spec. I remember the good old days. Sign a statement of facts, and they get rid of the back fees. Same thing here. I just have to sign that I didn't drive it. And if I did drive it, they just charge it. They don't charge you a penalty. They just charge you for the time that you were driving it.
Oh, change the picture.
Oh, change a picture away from Tavo. Okay.
I mean, just keep it rolling.
I know. I just had that there, and
Dexter
then
says, musically, he's in the jailhouse now. Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry.
Well,
38 Racing says I have a heck of a time keeping up on plates around here. Yeah, well, then we're gonna get to that. I gotta get rid of some of these vehicles. I'm getting closer to having running vehicles though. Like once I get them running to the point where they're like nice, I basically have to sell them because I don't. What am I gonna do with it? I can't drive them all.
Johnny C says I have registration from early 1970s, $7 a year in CA. Is that Canada or California? And I don't remember them that low in California. I remember $15 when the car was, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old. It was at the lowest point.
Mexican Spec said he has Oregon dealer or had Oregon dealer insurance and it covered the dealer and the cars because he was the principal. Yeah, see there we go. We got to get that.
I had a dealer's license in Ohio. I don't know. The inspector always coming around. He pulled my license because I had some weeds in the yard, and it was like, I'm done with this nonsense.
Oh.
And there wasn't a lot of weeds. I mean, a little.
We already saw
green
this
came
picture.
Up. Okay, Kim.
Give me a new picture.
I'll just start getting rid of pictures.
New picture. One new picture. It's a C20. At least he only winged himself. Yeah, that's good. But legal trouble from it is awful.
Well, back to this Dodge Dart. Okay, let me see what people
SR22A. A little spendy, but covers you driving any car, says Gearhead. I should look into that. We need to make a note of that. I don't know. My car insurance is pretty cheap because all my vehicles are really old. I have no coverage. It's just
Okay,
liability.
This is from Buddy Carfano, but it's one of these that you have to blow it up. I can't do it because it's a link, not a.
Oh yeah, I have a button for that. Check it out. Check it out. Here.
2 hacks. Paid for the roads, we pay for everything. Should be zero registration for driving fees. Should be paid for theft. I mean taxes. Yeah.
With you, Jeff.
Oh, Tavo sent in some stuff.
It's tough. You
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pull the lever or you press the button.
I forgot about the stuff Tavo sent.
To vote, and they don't even want to talk about real issues. They want to talk about something dumb like.
See, what happened was I responded.
Clothes you're allowed to wear, or.
I responded to Tavo on this, so then it didn't look like a new email anymore. So I skipped over it. So I'm downloading pictures from Tavo that are really cool pictures.
Okay, cool.
I think they're cool pictures. Okay, so here we go. This is
He
19.
won $62,000 last month.
That's
He used
way.
up all his luck on that.
You're gonna have to
Wow.
fix that.
Why does it look like that?
No, because it's
What are
huge.
you doing?
Okay,
It's
this is
still
a
big.
64 Falcon
That's a beautiful car.
in Australia.
Oh, it's an Australian Falcon.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Look
Did
at
they
look at the
have
top.
Ford in Australia? Back?
Yeah, obviously.
No.
Look at that, and they have the taillights up high like a Galaxy. They weren't like that here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and they have those
38 got a
lines in
domino,
the back.
got a Domino's ad. Must be supper time.
Oh, yes,
And
it
a
is.
Robin Hood investment ad.
Okay, Domino's Pizza,
Pepperstone
Robin Hood
ad.
Investments. Careful with that crypto market.
And
It's
Pepperstone.
bombing.
I don't know what.
I hope you got out of Bitcoin in time. It looks like the rug pull is in full effect on that Bitcoin. Check on your Robin Hood investments because things are happening.
Tavo got.
Pepperstone?
I don't know what Pepperstone is. Something in Australia, but he got an ad.
Oh. Yeah, Tavo almost never gets ads.
So.
V8
Yeah, this
flags?
is something we just didn't get this.
Are those
here.
V8 flags?
I don't know. I'm gonna get back up to the front again.
Oh, we were trying to find them.
They're right there on the front, maybe.
Oh, factory V8 flags. All right, everybody who called out their advertiser gets 2 points.
For some reason, I can't zoom that.
Thank you, everyone, for sitting out, staying with us through the advertisements. I'm sorry that they're coming so frequently. Man.
Well, it's like half hour or something. Let's see here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Looks kind of like a Galaxy, except it's small, like a Falcon, because it is a Falcon. Yeah, we didn't get those taillights up here, except on like a 63 Galaxy looking thing. I kind of like that.
Gearhead says 98 a month in North Dakota, 137 full coverage. See, I can't afford that. I can't afford nearly that. I
What's
don't pay
that?
hardly because my vehicles are so old.
I don't know what did you? I didn't. I was.
Gearhead right here.
Oh,
He's
98.
talking about. He's got that special insurance. I think it's 98 a month and 137 for full. 137 for full coverage. Although they would give me nothing for any of my vehicles if I got in an accident.
Yeah, I had a friend in California had a 56 Chevy, and some guy ran a light, and he broadsided the guy, so it smashed the front end, but it was the other guy's fault. And the other guy's insurance gave him $600 for the totaled 56 Chevy. And he ended up fixing it himself, put a front clip on it, had it painted and everything, and it was really sharp looking 56 two-door hardtop. But $600, you know, that was 10 years ago, but still, you know.
Yeah, even 10 years ago, that car was worth a lot more than that. 38 Racing says, sell all your Bitcoin now, invest in Kimcoin instead. Yes.
Kimcoin. Kimcoin.
Yes.
Tavo says 170 or
Kimcoin is going to move bigly. We're going to make all the monies with our Kimcoin.
170 or 206, no V8 until the 66 model. So even with that little V8 looking emblem, it didn't mean V8.
It was just flags.
It was flags.
Max says, spring is coming. I washed my car last night. You know what?
It was 70 degrees today.
I was outside and I was getting stuff done today. I put a stack on the skid loader because the exhaust broke a while back. And the open headers,
she runs around the neighborhood with open headers on a skid steer. It sounds like a machine gun.
That little V engine, it had the neighbor hater pipe on it there. It was loud. So I put a stack on it with the muffler for like I don't know, some little, I don't know. It sounds better. So I made that today. I did a little welding on the exhaust pipe and I wired it up there. It's like behind your head. I have to wear earplugs. It's too loud still, but it's better. And then I also got, so I used the skid loader to pull, I had the 2.9 liter engine for the Bronco 2 in the shed. So I pulled it out, and there is enough room in the shed that I was able to I was able to start the Bronco 2 again, pull it down, and back it, because the shed is like through. You can drive all the way through it. So I backed it till the front of the Bronco is nice and deep in the shed, and then the back of the Bronco 2 is just sticking out the back of the shed just a little bit, but it's under there. And I'm going to pull the motor, yank the motor, and put the 2.9 in there, because the 2.9 doesn't leak coolant horribly. Olive says, Kim points, I got like 0.2% of a defunct Subaru already. That Subaru could be fixed. We were talking about it. I think I know what I did wrong. I could still pull that motor and fix that.
Dick Dashley says he's been investing in heating fuel. I was going to try to.
We invested in some heating fuel as well.
I'm trying to get this picture up so we can see it.
Olive said metals aren't an investment, Doug. They're a ballast against market crashes. Ballast.
Okay, I'm going to do a John Wilburn picture.
Okay. Oh, you can't see that. I got to go make us big. Let me make us big.
Okay. Yeah, it's on my phone, so it's... See Kim there. Oh, this picture doesn't work out there.
Bit.
It doesn't work out well like that.
It doesn't. It just like looks like a black and white picture.
Look, it's this huge pile of wood.
I'm standing next to a mountain. Why don't you put that? What you do? Make a community post, and make it a photo one.
I'm gonna have to do a little. I'm gonna have to do a little work. Yeah, I can't do that.
We'll put it up as a community post. The picture of us getting firewood, and that's our investment in heating fuel. We got a whole van load of firewood for $20. But it was hard work.
Fantastically warm bath, used hot water, because trying to melt ice driveway 2.
Haki97 says, remember last time the distributor did not work well? It turned out I had the firing order wrong.
That'll do it every time.
I'm so sorry, because we didn't even suggest that.
But I've done that before.
But yeah, that'll definitely make it. So it's running good now, and the transmission's fixed too, right? It sounds like you're like into a car that's like running now, right? Good times. And we're coming out of the winter. You'll be able to really start enjoying that car.
Oh man, last week it was 7 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like way below 0 C. And this week, today it was 70 degrees. All the snow melted. It was great. Was there any snow left out there? I bet no.
No, it's gone.
Because yesterday in the shade there was still some little bit.
Some of the mud's even dried up. Most of the mud actually is even dried up. Although it's supposed to rain tomorrow maybe, but. Switching carbs, I have a 318 stock. For some reason it has a 750 double pumper. Yeah, that seems a little bit over carbureted. My engine was drowning in fuel. I'm getting a 600 CFM Street Warrior today. Wow, that'll be great. Nice. Nice.
Here we go. I'm downloading pictures again.
Dougster says my bud Gasser Mike had a rat rod truck that's exhaust system was long tube header bolted to Flowmaster mufflers and 10-inch tips. It would blow flames at night. Yeah, that's fun. That is fun.
I want something that makes flames at night. An afterburner. Jet engine. Kim, we don't have any cars with jet engines in them. I'm a jet engine mechanic.
We don't even have airplanes and engines in any.
We don't have any airplanes anymore. Man, there was a time in my life that I just go get an airplane and fly it. No more. I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay. 2Hack says invest in lead. When the time is right, you'll have everything you want or need. Well.
Okay. Here we
Maybe.
go.
Maybe.
Can
If
you
it
make
comes to that. I hope it never comes to that.
Can you make it smaller?
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, we're done trying to show them pictures. There we
This
go.
is Hippie Long's 64 Dart.
Very nice. Very nice.
For some reason, one of the pictures didn't show up well. That one did. It's the next one. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, it does show up. It just doesn't show up over here. Don't know why. Yeah, look at that.
Very, very nice. My investment is in lead is I have a battery in my Dart, and I have a battery in the green truck, and I have a battery in the Bronco 2. And there's an old rural, one of those big Rural King batteries that's just dead as a doornail sitting out front of the shop. And then there's a, where else is there? That's my investment in lead. And if I, heaven forbid I ever need, I know how to cut them right open and pull them plates out of there, and we can make them into anything that I might need to make. The lead's the easy part, honestly.
Look at that. Hippie Long's Dart.
That's beautiful.
I like that dart.
Yeah. Nice work.
Man. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one up for a couple minutes.
And they're talking about amber turn signals in the middle of the tail lights.
Oh, that must be Australia. Is it something? Yeah, something Tavo was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Max Wedge suggests rejetting the 750 because you can put two 600s on a 318 with a tunnel ram and still have it work. Yeah, I would think that the 750... Does a 750 have vacuum secondaries?
You looking at me?
Yeah, or
I don't
mechanical
know.
secondaries. Because either way, even if it's vacuum secondaries or mechanical secondaries, you should be able to adjust it, right? Can't you adjust it? I mean, 750 is the maximum, but you should be able to adjust it so it doesn't use it if it doesn't need it.
Mike N says, so did we already discuss today's runway incursion at Midway in Chicago? No, we did not discuss it.
We did not, Mike.
But,
Thanks for mentioning it.
You know who has a real good video on it is Blanco Lirio, as usual.
Oh, he loves watching Blanco.
Blanco Lirio is it's good video on it.
I saw mention of it in my Facebook feed, which is weird because I don't search
you
for
don't look for airplane stuff.
But I think Facebook heard you talking about airplanes maybe once, and so it decided to show it to me.
It hears me talking about it.
And yeah, it was somebody mentioning, like, it was the article with the big flashy headline that like left out so much details that made it stupid, and they were like filling in information like who seemed to be at fault. And
yeah, Juan Brown last night.
The airliner did a go round, didn't they?
Airliner
avoided the accident.
Southwest, he was about to touch down. He just full throttle and off he went. Yeah, flew over the top of the other jet, business jet that crossed the runway. Was supposed to hold short of the runway, didn't hold short. Just crossed the runway right in front of a landing airplane. And the pilots of the Southwest were on the ball. They just pushed throttles forward.
But it was nothing that the tower did wrong.
Tower told them to hold short, and they didn't. They went right across the runway.
Well, the reason that the article is coming up is because anything that happens with airplanes now,
that's a bad screw
because
up.
It's like this big political hot. It's political is why I see stuff about it. That's why I see stuff about airplanes.
Well,
because anything that happens with airplanes, they're gonna blame some. I'm not even gonna say names, but it's okay. I'm changing the subject before I get mad.
They
had nothing to do with anybody's.
That was a bad
DEI.
mistake. That was a bad mistake, and yeah.
But it had nothing to do.
Okay, Kim.
Any of that stuff.
But the Southwest crew was on the ball.
Yeah.
That could have been bad. Juan Brown last night was a guest on the Mover and Gonky show, which is the Those are two military fighter pilots that are now retired. They're young guys though, but recently retired. They're both flying or have flown. One of them's flying airliners. The other one's flying maybe airliners, but he's also a helicopter pilot flying for law enforcement. And they have a show they do that's a YouTube channel that's pretty good. And they had Blanco Lirio on as a guest, and that was a really good live, and it's still up, so you can, if you want to watch that, it's pretty interesting. If you like airplanes, it was real interesting. What is this? My friend Dutch Guy's Garage helped me find some lockup converter Chrysler 727 parts, so my next 727 build will have lockup. Oh, that's Dougster. Okay.
Nice, Dougster. So check out, I have watched Dutch Guy Garage. He has a YouTube channel. So if you guys don't know him, check him out, because he helped our friend Dougster get parts for 727. How hard was it to put the lockup in the 7? You need a new input shaft and a new valve body? Did you need to change out anything else? Input shaft and valve body? Did you have to change out the pump housing too? I guess you did. Yeah, you have to change out the pump housing. That's a pretty big job.
Oh, Hippie Long watched it. You're talking about Mover and Gonky?
Cool.
See, Mover lives in Mandeville, Louisiana, not far from here. Yeah, Mover, he grew up in a town that I used to hang out at, but I didn't know him. Same age as my friend's kids, so they probably knew him. And that was Eunice, Louisiana. And yeah, but Mover's, I've been watching him for years. He's a pretty interesting guy. Does a good show. If you're into flying, the two I always watch, Mover and Gonky and Blanco Lirio. And those two YouTube channels, they're pretty good on these incidents, because they don't second guess anything. They just, like, these are the facts. This is what the investigators are going to be looking at, that kind of thing. They're not second guessing things and guessing what happened, They're pretty good. Input shaft and pump stator. Hockey, I was barely going to time my car with timing gun, but it melted with the headers. Oh no.
Oops.
Try not to buy another
I've
one.
made that mistake before. I have a timing light with the inductive pickles all like bent in half because it was too close to the exhaust. So you're not the first. Sorry that happened.
I've been to Eunice, Louisiana many times. Old country store there. I have a friend that owned a body shop there. He's a year older than me, I think. So he's kind of retired now, but he grew up in Eunice, and we met in the Air Force and hung out together quite a bit. And he had a 72? 71 or 72 Nova. And that's what he had in California when I knew him in the Air Force. And then I've been to see him many times. I used to fly all over the country, and anytime I was flying across, I'd kind of divert a little, land in Eunice, and go hang out with him for a day or two. And so yeah, so I've been there many times. Yeah, Hockey, it happens to the best of us. Man, I did a video. You helped me do a video. I'm going to put it up, a short about. Well, it wasn't headers. It was an exhaust manifold heat issue that I had. But I'll put that up. Maybe I'll put that up tonight for tomorrow morning. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's short. Is the header incident, actually exhaust manifold incident? Because I had an accident with getting something too hot, so we did a short on it. So I'll leave it at that. Then they can watch the short tomorrow morning.
I forget, so it'll be a surprise to me too. Let's see.
Light is so old it's all metal housing. I have one of those.
They're rare. You don't see them around a lot anymore.
I don't know what happened to the one that I had.
They've been selling plastic ones for a good long while.
But I have a new old stock one I bought on eBay, and I think it's metal.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, thanks for throwing up a link to Dutch Guy, Mexican Spec.
Oh,
Check
Dutch
him
Guy's
out.
Garage. What's this? What's this? What did I miss?
He was helping out Dougster with his torque converter,
Oh, okay.
lockup torque converter. And I saw the rest of what you said, Dougster, but we were talking and I didn't get to repeat it all out, except that you need a valve body. I didn't know you needed a switch, though. I think you need I think, oh, I don't know if you need one on Mopar or not, but I know on Ford, you need a wire that goes to your brake switch, so when you push the brakes, it disengages the lockup. I don't know how Mopar does that. I don't even remember ever seeing a wire. When I was working on Aspens, they had lockup converters, and I don't ever remember a wire. So I don't know how that works. Oh, 1964 Rolls Royce.
You can zoom in that.
That
That's
is
Buddy Carfano sent that.
Beautiful car.
Buddy Carfano sent that.
That is slick.
I
Boy,
don't
those
know.
were expensive, weren't they?
Yeah, they were expensive.
Man.
What is this Mexican Spec Stick? It's why I get the big bucks, Kim. What's that for? Oh, for putting
up a
for
link.
putting up a link. Okay.
Max says I put my timing light wires into fan blades. Oh yeah, make sure you always, because the battery is always on the opposite side from the timing tab. I think that's a requirement when they design cars, right? You put the timing tab on the opposite
you
from the
have to
battery, so you have to
drag it
drape
in.
the wires over the radiator so that they can get caught in the fan. Haki97 says, so is it true that if I put lighter springs on my distributor, I would have better throttle response? Tell me, I need info on this.
Well, it'll make the
No.
centrifugal advance quicker.
It
But
will
I don't know what.
not better throttle response. No. If you have a light car, like as in weight, right? Like if you pulled all the interior out and lightened the car that way down, you probably can take advantage of a few more degrees of timing quicker, so lighter springs. If you put different rear end ratio, different size tires, so that the motor spins up quicker, or if you pulled the motor out of a truck and you put it into a car, you're going to want lighter springs. But
See, 38 Racing answers it real well.
Ray does. Okay. The best answer is maybe it depends.
Depends on many factors.
Yes.
That's right.
I think the other thing is, though, is lighter springs are not going to get you like tremendous changes, right? The change is going to be see what your total timing, find out what your total timing for this motor should be, and then work backwards from there and find out what your make sure your base timing works. Don't believe any recommended base timing number. Work backwards from your total timing to find your base timing. And if your car runs sluggish at that base timing, then you need to take timing out of your distributor, which requires a recurve of your distributor, and that is like an advanced sort of thing to learn, which you can work towards, but just work towards it. It's not going to, it takes a little time to learn that, so don't get too ahead of yourself on that. Enjoy the car.
Hockey, you got any pictures? Send them in so we can see this.
Oh yeah, he's never sent in pictures of his car
73
yet.
Charger. I mean, he may not have a way to do it.
Okay, but if you can, send us pictures. Absolutely, we'd love to see it. Read the Edelbrock manual and it'll tell exactly how to tune it. Yeah. But just reading a manual doesn't always fill in all the blanks, but it's a good start. You might have to read the manual several times.
Buddy Carafano sent this in, but he also got an eBay ad.
Does anybody have a good recommendation for a 71 318? What's a good total timing number for that? Is it like 36 degrees of total timing? Is that normal? What's wrong?
I want you to catch these ads at the bottom, and you're going on about timing, but I know there's a timing issue on.
I'm sorry, it's a car stream. I thought we would talk about tech stuff a little.
I know, but you always give points for ads.
Points!
Points, yeah.
The stress of the points! Buddy got an eBay ad. 38 Racing got a Tractor Supply ads. Pick up some chicks. And Uber.
You know the kind of chicks they have. They're little fuzzy chicks.
Oh, they do have for Easter. They have chicks at Tractor Supply. We should get chicks. I'll bet you the
walk in there and go, where are the chicks?
If we grew chickens, I will bet you that some animal would come and snatch them away in the night. Tavo got a Vista Print ad. So, congratulations to all who got points. 2 points for your advertisements. Thank you for calling out our sponsors for this ad break. Yeah. Haki, run the throttle up a little bit. Do you know how to use the dial back feature on your timing light? Set it to 36. And
if it has one of those.
They all do these days.
Okay.
I don't even think you can get a time. Yeah, but yours is like antique.
It's an antique, but it was brand new in the box.
KJ Cali says 35 degrees. Okay, close enough. 35, 36 degrees for a 318. So that's what you want for total timing. So rev the engine up to like 3,000 RPM for a moment, and it should show on the timing tab as 0. And you want to, adjust your distributor so it's at 0 with it revved open a little bit, at 36 on your dial back feature. And then what you do is then you let it idle, you set your dial back to 0, and then see on your measure to see what your base timing is at idle. And then mark that down.
Hockey says, is it after Top Dead Center?
It's before
Top Dead Center.
Because it takes time after the explosion for the charge to burn and build pressure. So you want to actually lead it a little bit. Think of it like if you're shooting at something, you don't want to aim after it. If it's running this way, you don't want to aim after. You got to lead it a little bit. And that's how it is with timing as well. You got to lead it a little bit, not too much. If you lead it too much, you lug the engine, and that's exceptionally bad.
Well, 318s will talk to you. Hockey be around 30 to 35 total, and turn distributor and throttle so you feel happy.
32 to 35 total? Yeah.
Man, when I was in high school, this is 1971, 72, my senior year, the guy that was our auto shop teacher, now just imagine cars then, he always said, leave the distributor, tighten the distributor down and loosen it just enough so it's kind of hard to turn the distributor, but it'll stay put. He goes, then if you're driving and it pings a little, you go out and you just adjust, you just keep messing with it till you get it right. He always used to live all his distributors like that, so you could mess with them.
The other thing is when you're using your timing light, you don't want to take your measurements with the vacuum advance attached. So you want to take that measurement, that timing measurement, without the vacuum advance. And then reconnect your vacuum advance after you have the timing set. No timing tab, or it says 0, hippie. My Dart has 0 marks on the engine for timing. I don't get it. Is it... Did hippie say that his Dart was a Slant 6 before, right?
I think so. I don't know, but that sounds like something you've run into in the Slant 6s.
Well, the timing tab probably fell off. They're just tack welded to the what's the cover that covers the chain? The
timing chain cover.
Okay, they're just tack welded to that, or there's a bracket with a bolt. There's two positions depending on the year and make. There's two different places that the timing tab could be, and obviously the dampeners are different, are marked different based on the timing tab it's supposed to be with. Oh man.
So that was a pretty
No
color.
tab or mark on the balancer. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. There's
to clean it up.
Yeah, there's okay. I won't say I don't believe it. I find it difficult to believe.
Okay, so plug up
wonder where it
manifold
went.
and ported, then hit with timing light.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah. He's got it.
Plug up.
Yeah. Just cap the manifold and
Oh, this cough drop isn't doing the job.
yeah, you don't want to mess with vacuum advance for timing. You're really talking advanced
Excuse
timing
me.
when you bring the vacuum advance into it. You're just going mechanical base timing and mechanical advance total timing.
Cough drop.
Check for a window in the bell housing. They didn't do windows and bell housings on slant sixes. None that I ever saw. Window in the bell housing. Not on slant sixes, KJ Kylie.
Also bear in mind that balancers can slip. So verify all if you want. Referent on the block for timing if it's gone. So, have you ever seen one on a slide on the vibration damper?
No, but I have.
It could happen.
They're right. There is no keyway, so it's rubber press fit on there, so it could slip. But I think that it's rare enough that unless you're having some kind of obvious issue with things not making any sense. But like the other thing with the slant six, right, is if the dampener has ever been changed, if you got the wrong dampener, the timing mark might be clocked about 30 degrees off, maybe more, a little more, because there's multiple timing tab positions for that engine.
See, that's what I thought, because you
So
were
that
telling
really-
me about that. There was
That'll
some
really
issue
mess
there.
you up.
There was some issue there. I remember
If you
that.
got the wrong dampener on there, it'll really mess you up.
You're gonna have to excuse me for a minute. I got sneezing problems. I'll be right back.
I feel like I'm rushing to try and talk this whole time. That's a pretty color on the caddy. I don't know where the caddy went. No tab or mark on the balancer. Wow. No window in the bell housing. Balancers can slip. All it says is possible, so best to check. Last time I had a slant is now 36 years ago. There you go. Could happen.
What is this you're saying about 36 years? I'm missing.
Last comment.
Oh. 36
KJ
years ago.
Kylie says, chill. You know what it is I drank this cup of coffee, and it's like my second one in 2 hours, so I'm a little bit caffeinated.
You're caffeinated?
I am caffeinated. And you know what?
Look at this.
Depending on how fast the chat's rolling by, I think that sort of like dictates how fast I feel like I need to talk. Oh, is that bicycle from 1964?
Says it is. I'm not sure, but
Oh,
yes.
it is.
I remember I had Stingrays in, but the ones with those that fork, those were kind of unusual, and I forget what they called those things.
What, the Springer front end?
Yeah, that Springer front end. It was pretty cool. And then the later ones that had the Springer front end had a longer fork and they had a 16-inch wheel on the front. But that was like, man, that was late 60s. Could have been 64.
Cool.
Yeah, I worked at a Schwinn shop in the late 60s. They had what do they call those things? A lemon peeler and they had a bunch of those things with a 16-inch wheel on the front and a big drum brake up front. They were pretty cool. But I never had one of those. By the time those come out, I was real close to getting my driver's license. And I'd gotten rid of Apple Crate was one of them. I had a 10-speed Schwinn Varsity by then, and I bought that 64 Ford. And then that was the end of my bicycle days. I had cars after that. Nice ducktail rail fender. Yeah, mine didn't even have a fender. Yeah, these had fenders on them. Mine didn't have a fender. My Stingrays didn't have fenders on them. A long dead friend used to say, timing lights are for sissies. He had a few other nuggets of wisdom he would say all the time. Yeah, Orange Crate. That's one I couldn't think of. The Orange Crate was the first one I saw.
Sissies. Not for sissies.
Yeah, talk about sissies. Mine had a big old sissy bar in the back of it. They were supposed to be cool.
Oh, yeah, I remember sissy bars on
bicycles.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be cool. Oh, man. Yeah, mine was blue, and then I took it all apart and I painted it. I painted it red and black, and then it was like a fade job. I don't remember if it was red around the clusters or black around the clusters. And then it was a fade job, and then I bought all the Schwinn decals and put it on, clear coated it. So it looked like it was a Schwinn paint job, but it wasn't. It was my paint job. I did a lot of bicycle paint jobs in my dad's garage. So.
Olive, I saw your correction 26 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee? I had enough coffee. I feel a little like I had enough coffee.
You take fenders off, less weight. What I learned is no fenders don't drive through a puddle or ride through a puddle. Because then it, oops, I think I just pushed the wrong button. Because then it covers your back with mud.
Max, the nice thing about a timing light, right, is you can identify if there's a problem with your mechanical advance mechanism, and you can better understand it's like a learning tool. You can like better understand what's happening. Like it's good enough. It's great if you can hear by ear and tell by feel of the car that like, oh, I've got it set right now, or this I did improved or made it better or worse. But like, if you can then, put a number to it with the timing light, that's just a really nice way to. Because then the other thing is, if you want to tune somebody else's car, you can kind of say, well, let's start with this. I don't know. It's a good tool. Knowing how to use a timing light. I think it's part of like it's like paying your dues, not paying your dues. It's just part of the learning process. It's putting a timing light on it, seeing where it is, knowing how it runs, adding a couple degrees, seeing how it feels, taking a couple away, seeing how it feels, listening how it runs. It also helps if you're asking for help, right? And people are like, well, what do you have your timing set to? And you're like, I don't know. I just turned it till it seemed right. Like, well, there's your problem.
Can you zoom that out a little bit?
What is it?
Well, this is where I used to live.
Oh, there you go.
And that was the Ford dealer, 1963. There's a 63 Ford police car sitting there, and somebody had hit the fire hydrant and flooded the intersection. I remember this when it happened.
Oh, you remember that happening?
That would have been 9 years old then. So that's a big deal. Yeah.
Tim is here. Tim, I read your comment and I didn't even notice that you were here. Welcome to the stream.
I'm just going through some pictures.
Oh, Kay Nelson is here.
Kay Nelson. Nelson.
Is that
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
the stick
Nelsons?
shift. The stick shifts.
Yeah, but is that one of the Nelsons?
Well, obviously, but not one of those Nelsons. I don't think.
Oh, it's a different one of Nelson? Okay.
Probably. Um,
Welcome to the stream.
are you one of the Nelsons in Pennsylvania?
One of the racing Nelsons? Or are you just also a Nelson?
Oh, that's a tiny picture. I didn't want to do that. Oh, these are. Oh yeah. 74 Matador that I like, that a lot of people don't like those. They think they're ugly.
Tim says that's the only reason I bought the baseball card pack with the bubble gum was to put it on my bike. So it would go.
Oh, did anybody? People used to put cards in the clip them on the bike so that the playing cards would in the spokes, and then we figured out you could put balloons in there, and the more times you wrap the balloon around, the more pressure would be on there, and it'd get really loud, blah, 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 sound like an engine. So you go down the street, blah, 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 and then the balloon would pop, bam, and the noise would stop. Oh yeah. What you do when you're a kid?
We had the fringe on the handlebars with the.
Yeah, balloons. Tim's got it. Baseball
What else
cards.
did we do to
or
our
balloons.
bikes?
Oh man. K. Nelson. I wish it was a racing Nelson. Oh man. Yeah, those guys. Those guys do some cool stuff, don't they? I hope to see them at No Name Nationals this year, because last year something happened, they didn't make it, and I really hope they're there this year.
Yeah, they book pretty heavily during the summer, so their racing season is pretty full. So they can't always make it to every event.
Also, says I like those Matadors, except I wish they had less overhang. Man, I had one. I had a red 74 Matador. And
where's the bumper?
They took the bumpers off. It looks really good without the bumpers.
Some
Some people
mind the bumpers.
The bumpers are just too big. I think they look really good without the bumpers, but I don't know. Like that one, they put an AMX hood scoop on it, and then they left the holes where the bumpers are. I've seen those filled in. I've seen people put square lights in there. Plastic water bottle against the tread works these days. Oh, Lesterless Saber. So said something. Yeah, I like those Matadors, and a lot of people didn't, but I sure liked them. What you looking for there, Kim?
Don't worry about it.
Kim's looking at something, and I'm just looking around at pictures. See what we have. That I have. Oh, here we go. More pictures. Buddy Carafano. Oh, he's sending other things from 64, like a jukebox. A jukebox. Yeah, I remember those things. When I was a kid, we'd travel across country, stop to eat in a restaurant, and they'd have one of those. What is going on? So we'd always beg my parents for whatever it was, a dime or something to play a song, and I was like, every once in a while they'd let me do that, but usually it was no. I remember these things. Yeah, Elvis is taking those bumpers off helps the front overhang. You know what I did? I lowered the front of mine about 2 inches, so the overhang, you could catch a license plate on the ground going in a driveway or something. That wasn't good.
Okay, wait. I got to show this thing because you're talking about the bicycle things, and I think this is funny. And I saw this a while back. Let me see if it'll play. I don't know if they'll hear the sound. I'm gonna start it.
Can anybody hear that?
That's an electric. It's electric.
It's an electric Volkswagen. They put the jug in the front to make the noise. Okay, sorry about that, everybody.
AMC
Okay,
is
I'll go
good
back
enough
to
for
where.
James Bond movie. Man with a Golden Gun. First barrel roll jump in a movie. Oh, that was the javelin. They did that 4 times. They barrel rolled a javelin with ramps that are like this, and they went up the ramps. Twice they ended up on their top, but twice they made it around and landed right side up. And they had a speedometer that went from, I think, 38 to 42 miles an hour, and they had to hit it at 40, and it was a voltmeter that they had, and that's how close they had to get it to get the roll and land on its wheels. I remember when they did that. VW with Camaro wheels. Paul says, anyway, I used to walk by an AMC dealership pretty much daily as a kid. They opened the hood of one for me. I was like, I love them, but what's all this empty space for? Yeah, mine had an inline six at a 258, so lots of space in there. And of course, it had a torque flight in it. So if I'd kept that car, what I should have done is just gone all Mopar under the hood. But yeah. What else do we have here? Oh, what's this? This is supposed to be a concept car. You might have to zoom that a little bit. Some buddy Carafano sent that.
Oh, it's a '64 Dodge Hemi Charger concept car.
Yeah, they looks like they customized a stock car. I don't know.
Oh, my neck.
Oh, your neck? What's wrong?
Nothing's fine.
That's what I got to do tomorrow.
Loading all that firewood was rough. It
Go to
kicked
the-
both our butts.
I got to go to the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, you do. Which one? Dermatologist? Oh, the
No,
neck
no.
doctor. His neck's still bothering him.
Yeah, my it's not getting better anymore. So I finally got an appointment. They were very cool to me, though. They had a used AMX, and we're like, you got to sit in this one, kid. Den. Oh, what was that? Lester said den and then retracted it.
Mm-hmm. How we doing? We're 1964. All
Yeah.
night, 1964. Guys, thanks everyone for being here. If you sent in pictures, I'm giving you 2 points.
Oh, here's
so
another.
Now Buddy Carafano gets 2 points.
Oh, this is from last week. He sent in okay, I'm not going to put last week's up. Okay, so he sent in a lot of pictures.
Who else sent? Mexican Spec sent input. He gets the
Mhm.
points for sending stuff in. Not too many other people sent in pictures this week, huh?
Man, that wood, all of a sudden, she's got to cut wood soon. We don't have to cut any of that wood because it was like offcuts from a place that makes pallets. They were like, they weren't
Chunks.
4x4s, they were chunks that were like 4x5 or 4x6, just, like this, and they're all different lengths. I mean, we'll be able to.
Mostly little short pieces, but once you get the fire going, you just load a bunch in next to what's burning already, and
It's hardwood. It's pretty nice.
yeah, it's already dry or seasoned. It's some of it's damp because it was in a big pile outside, but the dampness will dry out fast. You just put it under cover. Well, right now it's in my van. I'm gonna have to start driving in the dark because my van is filled with firewood.
Pontiac Banshee concept car. Man, I remember that. They just sold that at Barrett Jackson, I think.
Looks like a Corvette.
Yeah, it looks like a little Corvette, doesn't it? But it's got a 6-cylinder in it. 38 says ads, drugs, and HF. Drugs?
Drugs?
What's KJ Kylie saying? AMC Big Bad Blue. I don't know what that is. Maybe you can look that up.
Okay, I will look it up.
Don't know what that is. Does 38 Racing get points?
Yes, he does. He should know by now he gets points.
But you got to actually give them out.
You get 2.
Get 2 points. But we don't know who the drugs are. What kind of drugs they selling? Oh man. Only in the US do you find commercials for
Well, that's a
prescription drugs.
1970. We're doing 1964.
Oh, that's okay. It's still AMC. It's pretty cool because we got talking about AMC.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that car.
That's a
See,
nice
and that's the
car.
one that's got that scoop on it, like somebody put on that Matador.
Oh, and there's, you know what? There's like several versions. Okay, check this out. There's a version with the black stripe,
Oh, that looks good. I like the
right?
painted hood.
There's a version with the white stripe, or is that's not even a white stripe? That's just glare from the lights, maybe. Let's pretend like it was a white stripe, and then this one here with the black hood.
Yeah, I like the painted
And look,
hood
the
better.
black hood goes all the way back.
All the way back
turns
to
into
there.
a
That looks
stripe.
kind of cool.
Which do you think is best of the three?
Me?
Yeah. Okay, because
Well,
there is
go
one here
back
with
to
the
the
white.
first one.
There's a white stripe. There's a black stripe,
I like that one.
a white stripe, and black hood with black stripe. What's this have on the side down here on the rocker panels?
Unknown.
Can't make it any bigger. Oh, I can make it bigger. What is that?
It's supposed to look like vents. I don't know.
Oh, man.
What's this, an ad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it?
it says, I will send and or scan more pictures soon. My computers here need some cinching up and backups and this and that. We didn't get to it this week. Dean, what the hell are rocker panels or...
It's one of the high impact
Oh.
colors. It makes an impact.
Here,
It doesn't look like side pipes. It looks like some kind of rocker panel covers. What's wrong?
can you, so I don't have to do this. Like, Hockey's asking for the email address. Can you just put it up there so it's a link?
Oh, sure. I will put up a thing with the stuff.
Put up
It's
a thing
pretty
with the
easy
stuff?
though, because it is Buff Del Campo at gmail.com. But now it's a link. Is it a link?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if it's a clickable link. I don't know how to make it a clickable link. But it's there.
It is a clickable link. I just tried it.
It's easy to remember too.
So, oh, Buddy Carfano's sending more. Now, a 64 Cutlass. Oh, that didn't show up because you're showing something else. Oh, Mexican Spec put it up, and you put it up. Well, thank you, Mexican Spec.
Yeah.
Dean Stevenson's here. How you
Boy,
doing?
that's an early Cutlass, huh?
64, our year. This. Can you zoom a little bit on it? I don't know if you can or not.
It's already big. I
Oh.
don't know why it's such a small
Yeah, it's
picture.
just a small picture. Yeah, it's a.
But what year did the Cutlass come out? When did they start the Cutlass badge for Oldsmobile?
Like 61 or 2 or something. I'm not sure. What's this? Dean Stevenson says the French Connection. The black Monte Carlo had drugs in the folded steel rocker panels under the doors, sills. With an AMC's long-nosed Matador, you could just hide the drugs under the hood ahead of the radiator. Okay, here we go. More pictures coming in. Okay, I'm about ready to start downloading pictures.
Oh, Lester LeSabre was quoting a line from the movie. I see. I get it now. Out of the
Okay, wait,
out of the
what
loop.
did I
I've never
just do?
seen that movie.
What
I don't
did
think
I
I've ever
just
seen
do?
it.
What did I just do? Trying to figure out what I just did. I'm sorry, people.
In the winter, I would keep a case of beer behind the grill of my 70 New Yorker. Yeah. Keep it from
Okay, gonna have to back out a little bit, I think.
underheating.
Is this one Dick Dastardly sent? Not sure. I think that might be one. I know that's one. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that looks like one. Oh, who's
Okay,
that?
look at
There's a
that.
little red express in the back.
An RX-7 with a V8 in it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Gonna upset the rotary people there.
I mean, yeah. Good times. Somebody was having fun in that picture. That's all I have to say. They had the Bass truck, the 4-wheel drive, and the stupid quick RX-7. Oh,
I'm downloading. That's why I'm looking
he
away.
did send them.
Yep, I got them. I just got to get them to.
Yeah, Little Red Express. Man, there's a lot of them
Okay, this is from
still
Hockey.
around. For as few as they made, people don't lose them.
Hockey. 97.
Nice car. That looks like a lot of fun. And it
there's
sounds like
another
you're
picture.
real close to having it ready to drive around and enjoy.
What's the other picture? I can't. Why does the other picture come up? Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's a little high in the back.
Look at the springs.
It's really high. What's holding it way up like that?
Look at the springs and the shackles in the back.
What about them? It's supposed to have shackles in the back.
But these shackles are about this long.
Oh,
And there's probably some kind of something else pushing the end down.
you better be careful. Because when you have the springs up like that, doesn't it make it really, the back end really loose into
Oh,
turns?
depends on what else is holding it. Got some air shocks and it'll probably be really stiff. I don't know.
It has the stance. Really? Is that the stance? I had a Dodge Dart and I put it up in the air like that.
Hockey says it has air shocks.
Okay. Look down a little bit.
Police attention getter.
Police, yeah, well, yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
says, I was late because I was grilling dinner. It hit 70 today. Same here. It hit 70 today. It's the same as Colorado.
It was
Time to
nice.
play on the old truck before it snows again. I think we're done with the snow, but those of you in Colorado, you're probably not done with the snow yet. Oh, man.
Oh, a Mark III Continental, not a Monte Carlo. Up. They're battling that out now. We didn't know. Now we do. Yeah, Tim, I was out working on my Bronco 2 today. I wasn't really working on it much. I was moving things around. I had to pull the engine out of the shed and make space in the shed to pull the whole Bronco 2 in there. I'm going to disconnect the motor, yank it, and put the new motor in. But I wanted it under the shed so that if it started raining, I could still work. Because his car's in the garage, and during the day he only.
Oh, it's been way too cold to be up there. So he just kind of lay low this week.
Yeah, and now that it's warm.
Now we'll be up there more. Well, I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow to mess up the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll be up there tomorrow night.
And some nights he doesn't sleep. And then he has to sleep in the day.
What happened was I got back on the day shift. So going up there in the evening, I'm just dead tired. So I've got to get up there in the daytime or we kind of drift back into evening shift again, which I kind of like because then we run live up there while we're working. Oh, here we go.
But if he ain't there, I ain't working on his car because I don't want to mess with his car. So I want to have something to do for me all the time. So I made good progress. I got my skid loader more gooder, and I got the Bronco 2 ready. Did anybody watch the video? I have, in case
Something
anybody
happened
didn't
there.
hear, I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I have my own channel that I do stuff on sometimes. And recently I did put up a video of working on a Bronco 2. That's my 4-wheel drive vehicle. And I worked on it last year, and then I finally got it back out. I've got a motor for it, and we're going to put a new motor in it because the engine block that's in it is cracked. So I got a different motor. We're going to put that in. That's my project, and you'll find that on Kim Fixes Things. Who's Jim?
64.
Who's Jim? Jim Chun's?
Where are you looking at?
The name of the car.
That's buddy, Car Final sent it in. That's a 64 Thunderbolt.
Oh, check it out.
Ford Thunderbolt. And remember when we went on a
We
ride.
met that guy, and he had
Right. I did a video on that. We did a video on it. And we were in the guy's garage.
It was a short.
It was a short?
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been a short.
Less than a minute.
So, yeah, the guy talked about the car and came around. I showed the interior or the inside of the engine compartment and showed it. But he's an older guy that races cars, and this is a Thunderbolt, a real one. That was pretty cool. Okay, who is this?
I forget what rake is.
Oh, rake is like the cars.
okay.
This. Okay, I've got a picture here. Somebody sent it in. It's an 89 Oldsmobile, but it's got somebody's name on it that I don't want to just read your name.
Mike didn't get a notification. It was like a week and a half ago, I think.
What's that?
So yeah, check it out, Mike.
Okay, I don't know who sent this 89 Oldsmobile in.
I actually did 2 videos. The week before I did a video, or a couple days before I did a video about the van getting stuck in the mud and breaking a brake line. So there's actually, if you haven't been to my channel recently, there's a couple of videos there.
Oh, this computer's getting mad at me. Why is
It's
it
probably
failing?
tired. It's getting late.
Okay, so now you've got to zoom back
Oh, it's an
out.
Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
It's a
No?
oh,
it's Neutronics.
Neurontics.
Neurontics? Oh, I'm sorry. I called it Neutronics.
Yeah.
There's no T in the middle.
So
My
it's
bad.
yours.
Welcome to
And
the
welcome
stream.
to the stream. And yeah, if you send in pictures, if you put your screen name on here, it helps. Then I won't go read your real name because I don't want to do that to people. Neuron.
Tell us about it. What year is
Yeah,
it?
tell us about this.
Yeah. If there's a story, definitely tell us.
Oh, this computer's it's getting mad.
Do you guys get videos as well?
What happened when we sent videos? Somebody sent a video and we didn't play it for something. What was? Oh, it was something that was kind of rude or something.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we
It was a little bit
risque.
Hmm.
But I think we
Yes,
could try
we can
that.
play
we
videos.
could try that.
Yeah.
It's just what happens is I didn't know it was in the video. When I clicked on it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I clicked right back out of it again.
Yeah. It was someone making an obscene gesture.
I don't remember what it was, but it was something we decided to end.
You didn't like it.
End it before it went any further. So I think
Yeah,
we
but
can.
I don't think it would have to be not be a very long video for it to go into the email. I think a long video won't work.
Yeah, I don't know. This computer right here, I've got to reboot this thing. It's getting overwhelmed, and I don't want to do that in the middle of a.
Carolina squat is the wrong rake. It's the wrong
backwards
direction.
rake.
It's like your dog rubbing its butt on the carpet. We don't want to see it. It's not good.
Who's the guy we watched? Can't think of his name. The guy that has a farm from Top Gear.
Clarkson?
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson. He was looking at what car was it? He was looking at the Lost Fire. What's that thing called?
Oh.
Says it looks like a dog doing number 2. I couldn't believe he said that. Because the way the back end looks is kind of. It's an 89 Oldsmobile 88. I don't know much, but it was found in a garage in a house auction. Only paid $1,800. Runs and drives, hardly any rust for a PA car. That's a PA car?
Okay. Nice.
That's amazing.
Well, congratulations. Oldsmobiles are good cars, you know? And then if it's front wheel drive, it's probably good out in the snow. Oh, it's sitting in the snow. Yep, it's PA. That's just the right amount of snow, and you could see where there's car tracks.
The slush.
See, yeah, you could
Yeah.
see right
Yeah,
there.
I'm looking at it.
This stuff right here, that is, yeah, that's Pittsburgh, all right. Or Pennsylvania. I'm from Pittsburgh originally.
Well, and I used to live in Sharon, PA, and then I also lived kind of near there in Ohio, and then up near the lake at Geneva, Ohio. So, you know, I kind of knew that area of the country for quite a while. But I was in that area of the country for 15 years. Went there to work on airplanes for a couple of different companies. And was pretty happy to get out of the snow and the slush.
38 Racing says that Olds looks near new. You know what? The clear is even still really nice on that hood, but that's before they came out with that clear that fails all the time. That's back when clear coat was real, you know? That was back when it gave you cancer like it's supposed to.
What is this? Dean says, these Commonwealth people have no class buff. We say what everyone else thinks. No filter. Aerontics. My woman has a 1985 Oldsmobile Delta 88. Have to regasket and seal engine, but I keep buying cars and getting ahead of myself. Oh yeah, we do that.
That's
She
really
does.
relatable.
Kim does that. I bought, since you've known me, how many cars have I bought?
1, 2,
What I buy?
the Valiant,
Oh yeah, the
And-
Valiant
and the Mercury.
and the Mercury. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that wrong?
No, I think you're right. And then the one that
I
was
bought
really,
about 11.
the one that I wanted, and you bought it for me, was the one from
The
Mopar Al.
Chrysler, yeah.
Mopar Al, and now we don't know what we're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
It's just there.
We didn't pay a lot of money for it, though. I can extract that money worth of parts out of it as we
Yeah.
scrap it.
But we need to get that into the lower part because it just looks like hell out in front of the house. Obviously a non-running piece of junk.
But considering the number of vehicles, I redid the motor in my Dart. That was a big project, and we got that done. I have had the engine out of that Subaru twice. It should be running if I was a better mechanic by now. I fixed the green truck, bought and fixed the green truck, and that was a big revival. That was a good video. That was one of my
Is that
best
the one
videos.
with the fuel spraying all over the place?
Yeah, the mice ate holes in the fuel
The
lines.
mice ate holes in the fuel lines.
And I was covered in dirt when I was sick because there's mud daubers all over it. But that truck runs and drives. It needs some minor wiring repair and the exhaust patched back together. But Olive says
I see that.
my 93 Volvo's clear coat damage was literally visible from orbit. Yeah, that clear coat started failing.
Again, I got family in York, Amish country. Where's York?
Pennsylvania. York,
Pennsylvania?
PA.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
a lot of Amish in the eastern part of northeastern Ohio, too.
I don't know if York is... I don't remember where York is in PA, though. I don't know if it's central PA. That would make sense for Amish, but I'm probably... Those guys want no part of that, Dean? Am I ignoring Dean? I'm sorry, Dean.
Well, look what he's writing. I'm not sure. It's encrypted. Hey, Buff, I sent a video of my car. It's okay. Let me see what I've got here.
It's like 11 seconds.
What I have here is, it's not here yet. I'm waiting.
Or it might have bounced if he doesn't have room in his inbox.
Oh, I should have it. I mean, you know, it's
click the little refresh.
Oh, it'll pop in. You want me to reload my email?
Isn't there a refresh button?
There is, but I
No. Oh, you missed it. It's down right above where it says primary in blue. There's a refresh button. Oh man, doing that hover thing.
It just popped in without
Woo!
refreshing.
No, that's somebody.
That's somebody else.
Somebody sent us pictures.
Well, I'll download that picture. Who is this? Who sent the Nova?
Nova SS.
I'll put it up. Oh, this thing's getting really slow. It doesn't like putting pictures up. Who sent this? I don't know who sent this. I don't want to read the real name on that's on the email, unless they want me to.
That's cool. Ooh, excuse me.
Patrick Sullivan. Yeah, what I should do is try to look at this
You always,
first.
He
But I'm
always
gonna have
look
a-
at it first.
I'm going to have a hard time
There,
doing
he
that.
will not send that. We have.
Oh, I've had people do stuff like that. And that's like,
I mean, I get it. He deserves credit. He has been in. How many times has he been in the stream? We've talked to him about that project car for months. If he did all that as a build up to send us dick pics, that is dedication.
Boat anchor. My
Boat
brother,
Anchor's rabies.
your brother sent it. Oh, okay.
Well, tell him
Oh,
thank you
Boat
for
Anchor.
sending that.
Is that your brother? That when you're doing your lives, there's somebody walking around in the background. Is that your brother? Because
And it's a 1964.
it is.
That's awesome.
That's really
He's
cool.
paying attention.
Ads coming in. I see
He
it. This time.
understood the assignment. I think that's cool.
Okay, I don't know where this video is.
Hippie Long
I
says
said
York
that.
is South Central.
I said it. I said that just as it popped in.
Oh, all right, I'm sorry.
Okay, now let's see if I can see this without putting it up on the screen. How do I do that?
If you click on it, it won't come up over there.
Yeah,
because
it
it's a
will.
video.
Well,
Okay,
maybe
well
you're
here,
right. Maybe you're right. Maybe
what
you're
I'll do is I'll take us to the dyno room. Okay, guys, we're doing
now,
some
I'm
experimentation.
downloading it.
We're preparing the dyno for a video. We want to see if we could watch this video. I'm sure it'll be fine, but we're gonna watch it first. Just give it a second. The computer's running a little slow. Give it a second.
Computer's not happy.
We did get it. We're just waiting for it to process.
Yeah,
We don't want it to be all glitchy when we're showing it to people.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
I may have to jump through some hoops.
Okay.
To get the sound out of it.
Okay, it's done. So if you put it back up on the screen,
is the sound on?
I don't know. Oh no, I don't know. If you put it back up on the screen, I'll make it happen. I don't know if we'll hear the sound.
Well, click on the sound and see what it's at. Or no, you're gonna have to turn the sound up a.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a second. Where we got sound over here? Right there. Is that the sound?
No, the sound is all the way over.
Here?
No, all the way in the corner of the screen, not in the center. You're at the center of the screen. You have to go all the way to the far right corner.
Far right corner?
Yeah, that is the sound thing. Okay.
Oh, it's
so
cranked
now
up.
you have to turn up the sound on your computer.
I don't want to do that because then it feeds back. Okay, let's see what happens. Play.
But I want to hear the car.
Yeah, man, see the sound maker. What's this?
See, said it needs sound. Just try it for a minute. Mute. Okay.
When I click the sound over here.
The sound is on the video, but your computer has the sound is turned up.
Yeah, but that.
The sound Sounds good.
I'll turn my sound because it feeds back. Anything we say feeds back. So, okay, we've seen it. Cool. Somebody sent a video.
Thank you so much for sending
Hockey
in
sent
that
a
video of your project car.
And we actually were able to play it.
It looks like great fun. Honestly, I am jealous. It's not as cool. Nothing I have is nearly as cool as that.
What's Mike N saying? What's BSOD? I don't know what that means.
Where's my BSOD?
Halfway up.
I don't know. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what BSOD means. I probably just said something bad.
Patrick says I've seen streamers get bombed with raunchy videos a lot. Yeah, but we know Haki. Like, he's been here a bunch of times. It's really the long game. Too bad the chat can't hear it. I swear.
Oh, you couldn't hear it? You couldn't hear it?
It should have come through. They surely.
I heard it kind of. Yeah, it's coming out the speaker of a laptop that's a little distance from the microphone. So.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's just you hear blue screen of death. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to reboot this computer.
Yeah, it's been a month since it's been rebooted.
I just hate to do it during a live because I lose like all my capability. Right now, I've only lost half my capability.
It is plenty high at the back.
Yeah, it's high at the back.
So the hard part about getting it up high like that is for the car to be good and stable in the turns. Like you change the center of gravity, it puts it up high. So if you go,
he said the cops like it. They gave him a thumbs up or something when he's driving it.
Yeah, as long as he's not like really hot dogging it and he's not running open headers and stuff like that, they probably don't care. If you have a sway bar, an anti-sway bar on it, you can adjust it to still work at a height like that. See, I didn't have an anti-sway bar, and then I had air shocks, and I used that to blow mine way up high like that, and it was just rock hard. So you went around a turn, and it felt like it wanted to
plow.
Yeah, it was dangerous. So just if you're going to put it up high like that, I don't know how to set up the suspension properly. I got the wrong set of rear tires. I want them taller. Yeah, it looks like taller rear tires would scale a little better. But then they're going to want to rub, aren't they? I don't know. It looks like there's room for more tire there. But it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, you could put the shackles down like all it says 2 notches and then lower the air shocks a little bit. Probably handle better, but I don't know. Or just put big tires on it and it'll look kind of cool. You know, I just thought of something.
We're all being way too judgmental. Set your car up however you want.
Thought of something. I'm going to try to make this happen again.
But thank you for sending us the picture. We don't want to discourage you from sending us pictures by
it's good.
By being too judgmental.
Okay, I'm going to bring the mic. I'm going to try this. I just thought of something.
We're all being way too judgmental. Set your car up however you want.
Something. I'm going to try to make this happen again.
But thank you for sending us the picture. We don't want to discourage you from sending us pictures. Where's your video? Hold on.
There. I made the noise come through, I think. Did everybody hear that? I really wanted to do that. I wanted to make it so they could actually hear the video. So did anybody hear the video? Oh, no signal. Okay, there. Don't worry, I never get discouraged. Oh, this thing's going nuts. This computer's going nuts. Ugh. Oh yeah, I should have rebooted this before the live.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sending us video of your car. Honestly,
That's
that is cool.
That's a first.
Yeah.
We've never played a video of somebody's car on here, so some of it buff. There we go.
Yeah,
that's yours,
that's
Hockey.
his
Yep.
car.
Yeah, that's Hockey.
I'm sorry if we didn't make that clear.
So, could you hear it this time?
Flowmaster 40s. Very nice.
I'm going to start clearing some of the... Oh, I like that. Oh, this thing's... It's overwhelmed.
I was looking for a Challenger as a project. I cannot afford them. They're just too expensive. If I sold everything that I own and took all the money I have in savings, I wouldn't have the money to do the stuff I want to do to the Challenger once I had it. But then again, everything we own is junk. Nobody wants to buy an old broke down car.
Dean Stevenson said he heard nothing. Nothing. Oh, I tried.
I don't know why it didn't work.
Did anybody hear it? I heard it mostly. Mike N did. Okay. See, what I did is I put the microphone over by the... I put it over by the laptop speaker and cranked the laptop up, which is kind of clumsy way to do it, but I did it. So we weren't really set up for sending, for showing videos, but I think we got it done.
So buy a Cornet and weld the rear door shut, and it will be the same car, Kim. Yeah, no, I wanted to, no. I hear what you're saying, Mex.
Oh, 38 said he heard the Mopar. Okay. I heard it both times. KJ caught it. Okay, good. So people did hear it.
It just depends on how your sound is.
It just wasn't as good as if we piped it through correctly. Putting a mic in front of a little squeaky speaker isn't the best way to get
well,
sound.
this microphone's supposed to pick up voices best, and I have noise cancellation on, so exhaust sounds are probably more like noise.
Here we go. More Hippie Long says.
Oh, Hippie sent us a video as well.
Oh, and here's
cool.
more.
Oh, before you know it, we're
okay.
Getting burnout videos from people we'll have to play.
Okay, and then Hippie Long sent something. Okay, here we go again. Another video. This might be a little clumsy again. Well, and the thing is, this computer needs to be rebooted. So if I do this too many times, it's gonna crash this laptop. Okay, let's see here. I will try it. Okay, and of course, then we have to be quiet for the sound. Did anybody hear that?
I mean, it showed up on the microphone pickup.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, I was watching down there.
Oh, I wasn't watching
working
down.
good.
I was like, just
So Dean's saying an Aussie 65 Falcon XP hardtop. Is that... Oh, that's this picture. Yeah, you know, we had that up earlier, Dean.
Oh, yeah, this is stuff Tavo sent in.
Yeah, and so he has been putting up more and more pictures over top of it. So he's actually closing pictures and got back down to this.
That means
part of
Dean.
the stack.
Oh, we have different people in here.
It isn't clear though.
I should get the.
I probably need to turn the noise cancellation.
Well, it's
off
because I'm
sounds.
holding a microphone up near a speaker. It's just, and it's a little squeaky laptop speaker, you know. We got to figure out how to do this correctly.
Well, if I was running
videos.
that computer, I could make it work, but trying to do it over you like this, it'll just make it crazy.
Here's the one. If I send you my worst videos, it will clean your computer out. Trust me. Hear
Uh-oh.
what? See, we were going to get wood yesterday, and we caught up to this truck, and Kim goes, "Get a picture of that." So I did. So Tavo's up here in Tennessee driving a truck around. So
He's been working, doing side work as a trim carpenter. Looks like.
so this is
Now
just
you
it.
doxed his last name, Tavo Carlos. Mike asks, was that a snow shovel being dragged across concrete? Yes. No, I haven't seen that video. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mike, but I know what you. A snow shovel does kind of sound like a lumpy, lumpy exhaust.
What?
What is a trim carpenter? Mexican Spec asks. Trim carpenter does finish work, right? There's like a framing carpenter. They build the, like the sticks for the framing for your house. But if you want somebody to put new crown molding in, or kitchen cabinets, that kind of stuff, you want a trim carpenter. They do the finish work. They don't do rough carpentry. They make it nice. And they're usually set up to do, clean work in a nearly finished or nearly finished home, right? So they're going to have saws that have dust collection, and but they're not going to be set up to do heavy framing.
Yeah, KJ Carter says, "What is it with Aussies and window shades? Two things you see in Australia: the window shades and the external sun visors."
Yeah,
And that's
like,
a thing there. I don't know.
It's a big thing. I don't know what it is, but it is a thing. Absolutely. It's just a sign that you have tricked your car out, kitted it up, got all the candy. You're fronting with the full drip if you've got your Venetian blinds in your back windows. Although I've seen them in the side windows too.
I've seen them in station wagons on the sides in Australia.
Yeah.
Which
That is definitely not an American thing. Like, it looks...
I used to see it here.
Looks wrong.
When I was young, old men did that.
Yeah.
Here, like on back window like this.
Not.
But I haven't seen it since the 60s here.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe living in the desert. Absolutely. Like, it doesn't matter if it's cool or not. It's just you need it. Like, do you want it to be 200 degrees in your car when you get in after work?
Like Ken says, he shows up with a miter saw and cuts up, installs wall molding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does all the fine carpentry.
That's what they do.
I do kind of like that Australian Falcon with the high taillights. It looks kind of cool.
Dean says they love throwing shade.
When are curb feelers going to make a comeback? When I was a little kid in the 50s, everybody had curb feelers. When my father would park, you'd hear him on the curb, and he knew when he was close enough to the curb. And nobody ever hit wheels and tires on the curb. Now people hit wheels and tires and scar the wheels all up. They actually had a purpose. So they weren't just to look cool, although I don't think they looked that cool. But I remember all cars had. I just thought all cars had them, but it was an accessory. It wasn't something they came with. Holden Rex and burnout combis have Venetian blinds. What's a combi? Is that like a van?
Combine?
He's talking about Dean Stevenson.
I see the comment. I don't understand it any better.
Combis. What is that? Like a van? Because like the Volkswagen buses used to be called combis.
Oh, I don't know.
But that was a long time ago.
I agree with Olive, though. We tended to prefer outside window louvers.
Oh, yeah. Also the same thing. Combi, VW van. That's what I remember. Combis. So maybe that's what he means. I don't know what that means down under.
Okay.
Oh, we tend tended to prefer outside window louvers, but we don't have like pre-Cambrian red dust to wash out of them. If it's because only Pontiac had wide track. What? Remember that? You might not remember that. Wide track Pontiac. They actually made the control arms wider, so the Pontiacs had wider stance than all the other GM cars. They called them the wide track Pontiacs. And it did look right, because the wheels were out near the edges of the fender. Buff, my spare parts are actual garbage and belong in a real trash can. Oh, this is Lester.
Never throw anything away.
Oh, like when I put up the short with the little trash can, trash can that we always put parts in, which is a stupid video, but I don't know. It's getting a few views. Recently, it's kind of funny. We've got a chart where you can see there's a line that shows how many views you get, and either it goes up like this and then flattens out or something. But recently, they've been like this, no views, and then second or third day they go up way up like this, and it doesn't make any sense. So it's like I put them up and it doesn't show any views for 2 or 3 days, and all of a sudden there'll be like 7,000 views out of nowhere. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's some goofy thing the way they push them out.
38 Racing says the inside louvers are a lowrider world thing. Interesting.
Oh, are they? Could be.
And Dean says even the microbus VWs have wide track and 7-inch mags. Everything is wide track. Are you slouching? Why do you look so much shorter?
Oh, I'm sitting down. I'm sorry. I've got this little pillow thing under this hard chair,
sit on the floor.
And it's sliding, and I'm just going with it as it's sliding. So I slid it back. Brits call it a rubbish bin. That's right, a rubbish bin. I remember hearing that when I was over there.
Oh, rubbish, yes. Ah, yes, rubbish. All right, so what have we not looked at? 1964. I don't want to miss anything important.
Oh, I got to bring up what next week is. It's too late. Next week is 1987. So you went like 5 weeks ahead, wrote it all down last week. So next week
I owned a couple cars that were 1987 model cars.
I had an 87. 87's really new for me. 87, I had an 87 Celebrity. I had a couple of them. 87 Celebrities. I had a bunch of, I don't know, there was a time in my life when I bought that Celebrity, and then it got wrecked, not by me. And then I bought several GMA cars that were 86, 87, 88, 89 that were Buick Centuries and Olds, Cutlass Sierras, and I had all of them except a Pontiac 6000. I always wanted a Pontiac 6000, but never had one.
We all had an 87 Celebrity. I think everyone has owned one, yes.
And then, what is this? A garbage truck is a bin lorry. Yeah, over in England, they were all lorries. A lorry. This is what I'm drinking.
Diet
Dr. Perky, which is like the store brand of probably something like Dr. Pepper. It's not bad. What is this that popped up? Windows Update. No. That's what was keeping everything. Restart tonight. Hopefully that doesn't restart now. That's why this was so slow and everything, is because it was downloading an update. That's why this thing was having trouble. If the VW van was from Brazil, it's a combi. From Mexico, it's a combi with a C. In official VW advertising, they spelled it this way. That's Mexican spec, Mike ended. Any cars come with factory curb feelers. You know, my dad bought a 56 Ford brand new. and it had them on there, but I was 2 years old. I was almost 3, and I just don't remember. They were always there that I could remember, but I don't know if he put them on or if I don't remember. I mean, the dealer could have put those on there. I don't know. I remember the day you bought that car. It was real late in the 56 model year run. And I remember the Ford dealer. Oh, it was that Ford lot that I showed earlier that had the flood out front. Oh, I'm about ready to start coughing and sneezing. I'm sorry. I didn't get this cough drop in time.
Well, quit talking and put it in there.
Now I got to remember what I was saying.
We'll
Oh,
talk
the
about
day
the
he
Ford
bought
dealer.
that car, the salesman is saying down in the basement of that Ford dealer, they had the 57s down there, and he tried to talk my father into going down there and getting a 57. But I think my father got a real good. Now here we got ads. I think my father got a real good deal on that 56 that he bought new, and it was right at the end of the model year. Probably like in late September or something. Yeah, Mike says dealership install maybe. It could have been. Dean Stevenson, we've got a rubbish waste management company that has an advertisement. Are your bins laden? Hi, Claude. That's pretty funny. A Mountain Thunder.
Oh yeah, Mike Enns was mentioned Mountain Thunder, and that's the Dr. K brand. I'll bet you that's Kroger's generic. Is called Mountain Thunder.
You know, I saw something funny. John Cope.
Yes.
He calls Kroger K Roger, and you look at it, it's K Roger, which I thought was pretty funny. Kind of like Kmart, only it's K Roger.
KJ Kylie says the 87 Dodge 600 ES. I remember that. It's supposed to be like a Mercedes. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was.
Oh,
never had a Mercedes to compare it to, but the 600 was kind of just like a Dodge.
I have never owned a German car.
But it was front wheel drive.
I've owned one car that had a German engine, and it was the my Dodge Omni. Had the 1.7 Volkswagen. What is this? Something I saw here. Oh, Buddy Car found a Celebrity Eurosport wagon was shop's parts hauler. I had an 87 Celebrity Eurosport wagon that was an absolute rust bucket that I got for next to nothing in Ohio. But I really wanted the interior in it because it was in good shape. It had bucket seats and a console with automatic in the center. But I never did anything with it. Dean Stevenson, you've got abs, Buff. Abs. Oh, I got belly.
Welcome to the stream, Grease Belly Garage.
Grease belly, sir.
Granada was advertised as a precision-sized car.
Man, I remember when the Granada first came out, they were comparing it to the Mercedes. It was supposed to be a competitive car to the Mercedes, which to me was just it's a joke. I mean, I liked them. They're nice cars, but it was not like a Mercedes.
Dean says John has an advanced sense of... John Cope loves to entertain people with jokes. So he gives it his all.
So from now on, that place is K Roger.
K Roger. Nope, it's Kroger.
There's 2 Krogers in this town where we live. 2 that I know of. Might be another one. But they're both good stores, but they're a little bit out of... They're a drive for us. And of course, they're a little bit on the pricey side compared to the place we go. Well, which is when we're buying a big load of stuff, we go to Walmart because it's cheaper. And then there's a couple of stores that are that are really local to us that are close. They're on the south side of Clarksville, so they're close, and that's where we usually go. Just because we don't have to drive very far.
Yeah. Mexican Spec is offering up a Celebrity V6 4-speed manual car. Says doesn't have any wagons though. Next week, Mexican Spec, you're gonna send us some pictures of that.
Can you?
Because next week is 87, not this week.
Can you?
What can I do?
I know you can do it, but I don't know if you can do it quickly or if you like to do it. Find Mexican Specs.
Yeah. I'm on.
Instagram.
I'm on.
And let's find some of these cars.
Well, yeah, but we're rolling into next week, and I don't want to roll into next week.
You don't want to roll into next week?
No, it's too soon.
Why are we? What do you mean we're rolling in next week? No, I want to just see what he has. Just see what he's got that's recent that looks cool. Because he's always got cool stuff. It's not really next week. It's
he was
going to the
Celebrity
87.
because
no, I want to go to like that. What is that? Zephyr or whatever it is. Probably a Fairmont. That blue one with the wood.
It's a Squire wagon.
It's a Fairmont Squire wagon that has the Zephyr louvers on the side. And it's kind of jazzed up with a lot of chrome and stuff for a Fairmont. Oh, look at the vent just ahead of the windshield is either chrome or a different color. And it's got a Zephyr nose on it, but it's a Fairmont. It's just a Mexican way of doing things. It's just a little different. There's that speedometer I want.
Oh, he's buying the car. He's gonna disassemble the whole
Mexican
thing.
Spec said when he's in
he'll find one.
He'll find one in Mexico City, but man, I don't know. I'd like it, but they're kind of a pain in the ass to get out, so I don't know if you want to go to all that trouble. It is too late, Buff. What is this? I'll be back on Monday if I am here. Everything went well. Buff, only the grill on the Granada was competition for the Mercedes, not the rest of the car, yeah. What is this now? What does Mexican Spec say? It's too late, Buff. How's that flooding near Clarksville? It's starting to subside. We drove by it yesterday, and there was an area out there that's normally field. It's grass, and once again it's grass, but it looked like a lake a couple of days ago. And there's Clarksville Academy, their ball field and everything. It was basically underwater, and it's not anymore. So I'm sure they got a mess to clean up. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, what's that? That's another one, isn't it? There's a couple of them.
Yeah, it's an 83 Ford Fairmont.
3.8 V6.
Mm-hmm.
We are more than 2 hours in to show the cars. Oh, it's too late? It's too late to show your cars?
Up, turn them off. Still trying to find a Celebrity.
Oh, I saw that Mustang there. That Fox body Mustang you just went by. Oh, and there's another one. Anyway, here's the deal. I know most of you already been here and seen this stuff, but Mexican Spec has a heck of a bunch of cars on Instagram. And if any of you are inclined to want older cars that are not rust buckets, this is the place to get them.
Special things.
So
the car of your dreams, fully restored from Mexico.
Here's what I'd like you to do. put up a link to that,
A link to Mexican Spec on Instagram?
and then everybody can just do it, can just go there themselves. We don't have to be here. Oh, I haven't posted a celebrity in a while. I do have one coming up. Okay, will that work?
It turned into a link, yeah. It should take you to Mexican Spec on Instagram. You can see all the cool
Yeah,
cars he's got.
if you're inclined to want to buy a non-rusty car,
Yeah.
you're pretty well assured of that if you're coming from somewhere in Mexico.
And it looks
It
like
doesn't snow there very often.
Mexican Spec is taking off tomorrow to go pick up a car for Lester LeSabre.
Oh,
who
you're
is
going
in our chat.
Is that
That's the one
that's
they've been
Mexico
talking
City?
about. They were talking about it at the very beginning.
Yeah, but I don't know which one. There were two of them, and I'm not sure which one. I think it's the first one, not the one with the Granada nose. The one that's an upscale, a really upscale Fairmont two-door. That's pretty cool. Lester Sabre's getting that thing.
Yeah. I hope when Mexican Spec goes to look at the car, it's everything it's supposed to be. So that
Yeah, me
the
too.
whole thing can go. It
Well,
sounds like a big undertaking.
They sent me a video of that thing with this. When he turns it on, it goes tut 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 tut. Sounds like some kind of flapping noise. But I think what it was, and what they think it is, I think they're right. I think it's a power antenna that when you turn the car on, it puts the antenna up.
Oh yeah.
But it goes
talking
ch ch
about-
ch ch ch, and the
Hey, I'll be
antenna
right
doesn't
back.
go up. Okay,
I'm sorry.
but
I got to take a quick break.
I'd forgotten about that. But I remember hearing antennas do that. In fact, my Corvette had one that made a noise just like that. It was in the back, and I ended up pulling that antenna out, replacing it with just a fixed antenna. Ford Fairmont Elite. Yeah, that's one we didn't get up here. That was a sharp looking car. It got a lot of accessories on it that I don't think we even got up here. Box Body Club. Sorry, Buff, we're not getting that car. The seller's a jerk. Okay, so you're getting the one with the nose, what's the other nose? Yeah, it's got an oddball nose on the front end of it. One we never got up here. Can't think of what it's called. It looks like a Granada up here. Or like a second gen Granada nose piece on it. Let's just say it's still a toss up between two box tops. I don't know how he deals with the sellers. Hey, what's that blue thing over white Buff's shoulder? That looks like a Pontiac, but I bet it's a Chevy. I'm gonna have to reach over and grab Kim's mouse and try to not disturb her stuff too much. Let's see if I can do this. Oh. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that the thing? It's a Cavalier. It's a Z24 Cavalier. I think that's the one you're talking about, Olive. Lester doesn't want the black car, the Granada. Okay. And you found two other cars. Yeah, they look good with that Sunbird nose on them. See, I think it was I know it was a red Sunbird that looked just like that, but it was actually a Pontiac Sunbird, so it had the Pontiac dash in it. Lester says, I don't like the Granada nose. You know, I like that car with the Granada nose, but I don't like the Granada nose as much as the Futura nose. That silver LTD had a floor-mounted automatic shifter, I think. It's also find some cool imports. Yeah, there were a couple of cars he had that I really wanted that blue Mustang, but I couldn't afford it. And then the other one that he had that I kind of liked, but they're just too small a car, was a little tiny Chevrolet pickup truck. Forget what they call that thing because I can't remember names because it's not a name they have here. But it's looks like a little tiny El Camino. But it's too small a car to drive up here with all these big trucks around. You smashed in that thing.
I had a Z24. I think it was a 1987, and but I never got to drive it. I would have really liked to
Why
drive
not?
it. Oh man, I traded that car for cocaine.
For what?
It's one of the most regrettable, stupid things I ever did in my life.
I can't
I
believe you did
literally
that.
traded a Z24 for cocaine.
Oh, Cam.
Yeah, I don't even
I'm
want to.
surprised you even say that.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't, but I was. We're talking.
You were a kid.
I was like 20, and it
Man.
was a very, very. I mean, I mean,
See, I don't even understand.
it was
this
a
stuff 'cause I
really
never-
long time ago, but I mean, I still like cringe at the thought of how stupid, how
Oh.
very stupid.
It's not a love truck. It's smaller than that. It's a Corsa pickup. You're right, but it had no name. It was officially the Chevy pickup. You know, I've seen those things in this place right here, Algodones, from my hat. Algodones, which is on the right on the Mexican border. And those little Corsa pickups are running all over down there, so I've seen them right up close. What was the Coke any good?
I know, Mike. I love your comment. Thank you very much. I think of don't forget this fact. You can't get back cocaine. She don't lie. She don't lie. Cocaine.
Good music. Good music anyway.
Yeah, I thought, man, how stupid kid I was.
Well, I sold mine for money. I got money.
I mean, I really wish I would have traded it for money.
I didn't make any money. I bought it, drove it for a long time, sold it, I think, for about what I bought it for. And it was, man, I remember going by that car. I saw it, and it was on the other side of the street in a parking lot, grocery store parking lot. It said for sale. And I turned around, and I went over there and looked at it, and it was $700. And I called a guy, and while I was there, somebody else showed up. I was looking at it, and the guy showed up. I said, "Hey, I'm the one that called you." And the other guy goes, "Well, I want it." I said, "I'm the one that just called you," before he showed up. Man, I had the money with me, and I paid $700, and he had the paperwork, and I drove that car away. The other guy was really unhappy with me, but I got it for $700. It was worth every penny of that.
Max says, Kim, I bought a 66 Chevelle for $70 in pot. Yeah, what year was that? Because $70 worth of pot was a lot in the 70s. But by like the 90s, $70 pot was like not a lot anymore.
I never did any drug
He doesn't know
deals.
nothing about any drugs. I don't do any. I mean, I don't anymore. And it was.
She doesn't do
to
anything.
me,
She doesn't drugs, drink,
it's
anything.
things you do when you're young and stupid. And I don't know.
Grease Billy. I've gotten most of my cars from fixing HVAC. Man, I got cars. When I had the radiator shop, I bought cars that were overheats that people had just given up on. And, you know, what happens is they just didn't want to fix them because they overheated them so bad they cracked heads and broke stuff and gave up on them. And then I'd buy them. And I'd pull the heads off and fix them.
Patrick Sullivan says $35 a lid, so 2 ounces of pot is a lot of pot. But
Okay.
66 Chevelle.
We've had enough of that
Yeah,
discussion.
we can't talk about
This is like
that.
30 years ago.
Yeah, these guys are just reminiscing. All this stuff happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. no one can be convicted of anything.
Dean Stevenson's stoop board. I traded a 77. No. Mike N says I traded a 96 Camaro for some tree work.
We need some tree work done.
Man, everywhere I've ever lived, firewood, I had to pay for firewood. And it was never cheap. I had to pay for firewood. Well, I had a guy here. I had a tree growing, a big limb, oak tree growing up over the house. And I knew someday the wind's going to come up. That's going to fall on the house and smash my roof in. So I had a guy come out. He gave me a quote, $1,400 to cut it down. Two guys showed up, him and another younger guy, and they climbed that tree, and they were up there for hours, and they got it all down and everything. And I said, he was going to take the wood. I said, what do you do with this wood? And he says, well, I have to have it hauled off. I said, well, I'd like to have it. He goes, oh, if you want to leave the wood here, if I can leave the wood here, I'm only going to charge you $700. Like, he's going to give me a $700 break, and I get to keep the wood. He goes, if you're going to keep it, I'll even cut it up into pieces for you that you can split. So he cut up all the wood for me and left it here, and then I only owed him $700. I was so happy. And then you split it later. That was that wood that was sitting out here, and we burned that last year.
We burned that last
year. That's what kept our shop warm. It was like, man. And now we get free wood, or we go pick up all this already cut up wood for a van full for $20. It's like, I can't believe it.
If you can do the climbing and the chainsaw, and you can make a lot of money doing tree work. Grease Belly Garage is saying, I've gotten most of my cars from fixing HVAC in Florida in August. Oh. Yeah, but see, that's a really good skill, a good thing to know HVAC work.
Remember we went, I think it's where you bought your trailer. And there was that guy there, and his job, he has a business. He goes out, and the county will have trees down on the roads.
Oh, yeah.
He goes out and picks those up, and he cuts them all up and splits it and everything. He's got all his firewood stacked there, and he sells that, but that's all cut and split and everything. But that's the guy she bought her car trailer from. Oh, man, that guy says, oh, yeah, the lights work and everything. We get there, and he just got the lights working, and he used, what do you have, extension cords? He had extension cords run to the taillights and everything. What a cheesy job that was. We had to fix that first day we had it.
We haven't fixed it yet.
Oh, what we did was we
got lights, different lights.
We put lights on it, magnetic lights. Oh, Grease Billy, somebody just gave me an 84 Ford Bronco XLT. It's really nice zero-turn commercial lawnmower. And a real nice zero-turn commercial lawnmower for a package unit conditioner.
When we retire and move to Florida, that's the business we got to get into.
We're not going to retire and move to Florida. Why does everybody want to move to Florida? Let's go where the hurricanes come in, you know? Kim.
Yeah. You out of gas. Dean Stevens says he knows what the problem is. You got no gas.
Can you do something for me?
What's up?
What can I eat that's got some carbs in it, like in a hurry?
I could probably find you something.
Do you have something?
You want a little piece of cake?
Yeah, a piece of cake will work. I'm going low. I know I'm going low. Okay. I know it when I'm going low.
I'm coming right back with it.
And I'm gonna pass out if I don't get some carbs quickly. How many of you are diabetics and you know when you go low? And those of you diabetics know what I mean when you're going low. Blood sugar gets like down to like 50 or 40 or something. And I know what that feels like. And the last couple of minutes, it's like, oh, I think I feel it.
That pork escaped. That was not my fault.
Grease Belly, do not move to Florida. It sucks here. Dean Stevenson, a whole Mercury Z7. It has a carb in it. See, and I'm saying Z7 now because I like the sound of Z better than Z7. I'll take a slice too. Mike N wants a slice. Me,
I bought
big
carrot cake.
time.
It looked really good.
Me, big time. I know Lowe's are horrible bad. No cake for me.
Here.
Dr. Go. Oh, we got ads. Dr. Go, Dad and Grandpa were diabetic, and we knew.
Here, show him the cake.
Mexican spec, not Z7. Okay, I gotta show this, but I'm getting really shaky, and I'm all like, I'm sorry, people. I gotta eat in front of you.
Breathe. Just breathe. Thanks
Oh, God, is
everybody
this
for
good.
being here.
This is so good.
Tuesday nights are great. Great fun. It wouldn't be Tuesday night without all of you. It really wouldn't. Thanks everybody for all of your comments and participation because it really makes things good. I made liver for dinner. I boiled it earlier and I'm gonna fry it with some onions. But
Man.
I was waiting to do that, so we should have eaten before stream. So I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Tim says my wife's diabetic. Once in a while, I have to get her something to eat real quick. You know
Did
what?
you see? I was on the way. He was like, I need it. I was like, oh.
Here's
bang.
what's happened to me. Years ago, when I first found out I was a diabetic, I was doing insulin and everything. And I lost 100 pounds. Man, I went low a couple of times. Scary low, like 40. And I had to get off the insulin. And man, I had so much energy, I couldn't believe it. But lately, I've been really controlling my diet. And once again, I've had a few low spells. And I know I'm going to have to probably adjust my meds again, which is probably a good thing. Maybe my pancreas is starting to work a little bit. I don't know.
Dr. Go said we had emergency sugar, toolboxes, tackle boxes, glove boxes, fridge, and us kids knew that was off limits to us. Yeah, it's really important to look out for
Oh, God.
the highs and the lows. The highs are really bad for you, but the lows will kill you.
Yeah, the high blood sugar just over years will hurt you. Low will kill you right now. I'm not that low. I'm low enough that I'm feeling weird. Dr. Go, we had emergency sugar and toolboxes. Tackle
I read
boxes
that.
go. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I did. That's how much I'm not paying attention.
It's okay. It's okay. You're doing great.
This is really good, though. I never get to eat like big sugary thing like this.
No,
so good.
no, it's off limits. That was a small piece of cake, though.
In 20 minutes, I'll be feeling really good.
And then he's drinking that pop, but it's diet. It doesn't have
No, it's
anything.
diet. Yeah.
It's just flavor, but it has no nutritional content.
Mike M. Pancreas problems. Well, I had pancreatitis in 2007. Ended up in the hospital. Really had huge problems. And I had no idea what was wrong. But, yeah, I'm laying there in the emergency room. There's a guy next to me having a heart attack. And they're in there working on him, working on me, working on me. And the emergency room was full of people, and he just put me ahead of everybody. In there, they got IVs in both arms. My wife at the time, who was an RN, she's standing there, and there's like this group of people working on me, like you see in the movies, like a whole bunch of people around a patient. I'm just laying there, and I'm thinking, well, nothing I can do now but lay here. And so somebody said, well, his blood sugar is 800. I'm like, okay, what's it supposed to be? I had no idea what it was supposed to be. But yeah, I was in trouble. I was in ICU for 5 days. And I was pretty happy to get out of there.
Grease Belly Garage says his doctor put him on Manjaro and it makes him feel queasy. I don't know what that's
I don't know
for.
what that is.
What's that for?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
For those of you the diabetics that are doctors or RNs or whatever, I take two things. I take metformin, and I take what's the other one? Glipizide. My doctor has talked to me about reducing the glipizide a little bit, and I'm a little bit. I struggled so much with it to get my blood sugar, my A1Cs down, that I don't really want to do that. But with when things like this happen, I'm thinking maybe the doctor's right.
There was something else. What? Patrick Sullivan asks about profuse sweating. Do you ever profuse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You sweat sometimes when you're sleeping too
Mhm.
at night. I wonder if the two things are connected.
They probably are.
KJ Kiley says you cannot beat the Carolinas, north or south.
I will agree with that.
I haven't spent much time in the Carolinas.
I've spent time in both of them. They're okay. If I hadn't moved to Tennessee, the reason I came here is my son was here. And I wanted to get out of the cold, white north. And this seemed really warm at the time. But if that hadn't happened, I would have... South Carolina might have been an interesting place to go.
Olive says had a diabetic friend keep ketchup packets in his car because there's a bunch of corn syrup for a quick hit.
Oh.
I don't know if I would want to have to drink ketchup out of the packages, they have like a really long shelf life. That would actually be, it makes sense. It may not be the wonderful flavor to eat straight out of the package, but it makes sense. When I was a kid, I'd eat ketchup out of the package.
Look at this. If you would have an insulin reaction, you could soak a t-shirt minutes. You mean what had happened is he'd start to go low? Man, I don't know. Patrick Sullivan says 800. Damn, yeah.
Mike says, yeah, wow, that will cause other organs to shut down. Yeah, you don't want to be at 800. You also don't want to be at 40. You know, that's...
My wife is a cardiac nurse. She thinks I'm a wimp when I'm sick.
You probably are.
That's Grease Billy.
Nobody likes being sick. You know? Or maybe she just likes picking on you when you're not well.
Oh, Dr. Ghost says Dad and Grandpa were both type 1 and took insulin shots every day. Yeah, I got a friend that's type 1. He'll be on his way to a pancake breakfast and he'll stick the thing in his stomach and give himself a shot like 5 minutes before he eats the pancakes. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Lester Saber says, last summer I started sweating like crazy, got dizzy, and slid down the side of my refrigerator. I thought it was falling over on me. I stayed on the floor for about half an hour.
Oh, what happened then?
That's rough.
Yeah, I'm...
Oh, Monjaro is an ejection for A1C.
A1C is like, when you get your A1C number, like right now I'm like 5.8. My the A1C tells you what you were over the last 90 days is basically, and you want to be some of 5 something, and I'm like 5.8 this time, but I was in the 11 range all the time, and then I meet Kim and she's helping me with the diet, you know, because she didn't like me destroying myself with...
I look after him. I make sure we get good stuff at the grocery store, so when he's feeling very peckish, that he has choices that are healthy rather than, you know, it's easy to reach for junk food all the time.
Look at this. Johnny C. Dates and nuts would be a healthy choice. Well, dates are really full of sugar, but nuts, man, I like
we have
nuts,
all kinds of
so I
mixed
eat
nuts.
mixed nuts
We like
and
to
stuff.
try and keep
And that's good picking food that
you
I
have
don't.
to
It's
plan
not
ahead
bad. It's
for
not bad
meals
for me.
to be healthy. Boy, we're talking a lot about health stuff and medical stuff, but
That's okay.
I mean, that's reality. Is like when you have a problem, if you want to live, you have to take care of it.
So how long ago did I eat this?
Oh, I don't know. It hasn't
5
been
minutes?
not 10 minutes yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Well, what time is it now?
Well, it's 10.
We started this
Everybody popping in like
conversation.
it's just after 10 right now.
Need to send you a king cake. That's 56. No cake for me.
Okay,
That's
there we go.
55.
9:55. Okay, so it's been like 7 minutes. Okay. And Mexican Spec
It's
says
been 10 minutes. Yeah.
Mexican Spec says no Zed. I'm not supposed to say Zed.
No saying Z. There you go.
Man, I was so careful, cut my mustache straight, and on on the screen it looks crooked as hell. Is it straight or is it crooked?
What is?
My mustache looks like it's too long on one side, but I spent every Tuesday I trim,
No,
trim, trim,
no,
trim. What?
It's crooked.
Yeah, I got to get you to do it because I try so hard to get it right.
It's tough because mustaches are short hairs, right? And so they have a curl to them if you
Well, so
hold
this
them
side
straight
is a
and
little.
cut them,
Yeah.
and then they curl back up, and you're stuck.
Okay, let's see. My ALNC was 6.5 Grease Belly Garage.
Is that what was yours?
5.8 right now. It should be in the 5 range. And I don't know exactly where it's supposed to be, but I mean, 5.8 for me, doctor goes, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Because I was like 11 when I first, which is bad. And then I got down to 7 point something. I felt really good because that's still too high. So, but right now, I go low sometimes, which is not good.
Yeah. Well, I think your
Well,
medication needs adjusted.
yeah, so do I. And they told me that, but I didn't really want to do that because I've spent so much of my life with blood sugars too high. But with the diet that I'm eating here, with you kind of taking care of me, it's
Back into range.
I'm back in where I'm supposed to be, and I
Yeah,
probably
and
need to.
you're got a healthy weight, and you're maintaining it pretty easily, and
I've
things are going
actually
good.
I've actually lost some weight.
Are you feeling a little better already?
I don't know.
You're not shaking like you were.
And well, I could
10
tell
minutes is quick.
both hands were shaking,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is really unusual. And I was sitting here, and I'm starting to think, "Ooh, I'm kind of lightheaded." And I started to move my head around, and I felt, "Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out." And that's when I said to you, "I'm getting really lightheaded." I don't know what I said. I said I need some.
Yeah, I know.
I need something.
Olive says is her understanding is you need to get your sugar with protein. It's better for diabetic. Yeah. You want slow acting sugars, not refined sugars.
Well, and I used to eat big sandwiches on sourdough and just love that stuff, And now I'll eat a few low carb tortillas. And I'm eating more tortillas
Yeah.
and my sugar's still low, or, it's where it's supposed to be. So,
Dr. Go says dad was working a double shift to the mill and got way out of balance and suffered bleeding in one eye and lost sight in his eye at only 46 years old. Yeah, you got to take it seriously. You don't want to wait until you lose a toe or go blind in one eye. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened.
I'm with spec on the Z. I'm not supposed to say Z. I would say Z a lot. At the slightest excuse, my Ken. It's close enough. Didn't notice.
Grease Billy says, I went to a class. You're supposed to eat your sugar with protein or fat or fiber, but eat the fiber first. Yeah.
Well, that's why these tortillas are high fiber tortillas that are 7 grams of.
They're just
carbs.
really small. I don't.
They're really small.
I think that's
but
gimmicky.
they're high fiber.
They are higher in fiber. Yeah.
And that's what my doctor told me. Get the high fiber stuff. Thank you, Mike. And what's this, Mike N? Close enough. Mike N. I'm with spec on this. I'm not supposed to say Z. Oh man, why not? Every English-speaking country except the U.S. says Z. So I guess I'm in the U.S. I'm supposed to say
Olive's
Z.
in favor of the Z.
Too much pretense comes with Z.
It's highfalutin. But it is. You got the badge, make it everything it can be.
Exercise is key for diabetics, they say.
I made him work really hard when we went and got the firewood.
And you know what?
What happened when I got that vein?
And what happened when we got home?
Oh, it wore you out. You were sick.
I was sitting at my desk with my head down, and I asked her to get me something to eat, and she made me something to eat.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was. It was a bowl full of stuff, and it had tomatoes and some lima beans, spiced or seasoned lima beans, and some other like a soup. It was so good. Isn't Zed what Canadians say? Yes, it's what all English-speaking people in English-speaking countries say, except the United States. So I don't know why the United States says Z. We just do.
Olive said she made her elderly lady that she was caring for eat a lot of crunchy tacos. It was a better balance while seeming like a treat.
I'm not
They
laughing
are a
at that.
treat.
I'm
I
not laughing
toasted
at
them and
that.
he liked it. What?
Oh yeah, you toasted them. They were really good. I was laughing at Mexican Spec. He says it's because you don't have the silly accent to go with the Z.
That's right. You have to say it with a silly accent.
Dr. Go, Canadians are subjects of the crown. Sorta. Yeah, they are, but they're not. They're independent. I was a kid when the flag changed to the maple leaf. I remember when their flag looked like the British flag or had a little British flag on it. And I remember any of you old enough to remember when you were in school had weekly readers in elementary school? We had weekly readers, and I remember when the new Canadian flag came out and they became an independent country. And I remember that well. Man, I'm a little bit woozy. Oh, Kim. I moved my head and it was like, oh, we eat real green bread. My wife has some food she eats on a regular basis. She cut down on her meds a lot. She has type 2. That's Tim saying that. Yeah, I'm a type 2 diabetic. Uh, but I think it's getting better.
We haven't really bought the full grain bread. We've been buying like a low carb kind of
Yeah, which isn't
thing.
very good.
But it's better than no bread.
I don't know. I think, you know, I I have had, what the heck did I eat with bread? I don't know. I was on the road or something and I bought a McDonald's cheeseburger with nothing on it except the cheese. And I get them like that so I can drive and eat them because the cheese holds it together. It's the epoxy that holds the thing together so it doesn't dump trash all over my lap. And I ate it and I thought, I used to really like these, but now the bread tastes funny. I really didn't like it so much. So I think over the years of not eating bread, I've lost the taste for it, for the white bread. Grease Belly says I gotta go to sleep, guys. Getting up early for blood work of all things. Yeah, I gotta.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
My
Hopefully
doctor's appointment isn't until later.
Hopefully they don't
Take too much.
They don't. Yeah, or don't jab you too sideways. Olive was saying that her arthritis is bothering her, making it hard for her to type tonight.
Oh man, who was it?
Did you do some stretching exercises?
Who's the guy that?
Some days it's just. Ugh.
I know some of you go into John Wilburn's live on Friday nights, and there's a guy in there that's drone. He's a drone pilot. With little drones. He takes photos and stuff. He has a business where he does that. And he has some knee injuries, and he did a video right there on his knee, the doctor injecting his knees with cortisone. And I watched that video. It hurt to watch the video. I don't know if any of you saw that. Oh man.
Yeah, sometimes we just need a gentle. Olive says she's slapping some hydrocortisone on. Come to think of it, sometimes we just need gentle reminders like, oh, do this and maybe it'll help. I look after him in that same way. Sometimes I'm like, well, did you try this? Sometimes we just get lazy. And then you were really dehydrated the other day. He needed reminded to drink some water.
Well, when I went to the doctor, what?
Yeah, they couldn't take it.
They couldn't get any blood out of me.
Because he was so dehydrated.
And she says, it was like in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. She goes, did you drink any water today? And I'm thinking, no, this is pretty much of a hurry all day. And I said, no, I'm thinking I didn't eat anything. I didn't drink anything. No, I didn't drink anything. She goes, it was Friday. She goes, come back Monday and drink some water before you come. So I did. Drank water in the morning and drank water on the way there. And she got blood out of me right away. But she couldn't get anything out of me blood-wise.
Everyone, take care of yourselves. We deserve it.
Not
We
only
survived this long. We lived through our dumb youth, and we're here. We have works to do still, so we need to go easy on ourselves. Take
Kim,
care of ourselves
this
so
is
we
really
can continue
bothering
to
me.
be here together. What is bothering you?
Seeing my mustache all crooked on the
Well,
screen.
we'll have to straighten it up. Yeah, you do look all.
I'm gonna go get
Grumpily
I'm gonna go
grumpy.
get the clippers and have you do it.
That's all right. It's as crooked as the rest of your head.
We're gonna go. Yeah, sometimes I look like this, and I gotta straighten the hat on. I'm looking at myself on the screen.
Like everybody has one eye that's higher than the other, and one ear that's.
When you're dehydrated, you need more than water. That's what Mexican Spec says. Yep. The Monday that I went to get the blood taken the second time, I ate in the morning and I drank a lot of fluids, and it wasn't a problem. Lester Saber milk is supposed to hydrate better than water. Yeah, milk's got lactose in it, and that's sugar. Okay, Olive says, I'm not diabetic, but for me, random malaise from the autoimmune stuff may mean my system was
Dumping sodium?
duping sodium.
She said dump. It corrects it with
Oh,
dumping.
dumping. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Oh,
Take your vitamins. Does anybody
Suero.
take vitamins?
Suero is what we call it for dehydration.
Swear?
Suero. That's a Mexican Spec. He's speaking
Like the
Spanish.
electrolyte stuff?
Suero. Okay, I'm still feeling a little strange.
Well, he worked out on the flight line out in Arizona, so he had to be really careful about the hydration. I think, though,
man.
here at home where it's kind of cold, he doesn't.
Out there all day long, just
Think
drinking
of
water,
hydrating
drinking
as
water,
much.
drinking water. And I drink water all day, 10 hours at work. And then before I'd leave, I'd go to the bathroom. You know, dark orange urine, very little of it. It's like, whoops. And drinking water all day. But, it's 120 degrees out there. And I was always had a hat on and a lot of sunblock. And then we get underneath, I'd get underneath the shade structure when I wasn't working on the airplane, but I didn't even know I was sweating it out because it's so dry. You sweat all that water out, but it just evaporates so quickly. You never feel the sweat. And so I was so aware of it.
Olive says, had a doctor saying your sodium is terribly low. And I eat like an American. Do I get a medal or something? Yeah, American food, salt, lots of salt. You know what though? We're really careful. Since we prepare a lot of meals at home, I don't heavily salt. Sometimes I go light and I say, hey, you might want to salt that because I would rather have it not. I like to taste my food and I don't want to just taste salt. So I'm very, very, ginger with it. But the one thing I have been thinking, because we have a lot of we have a grinder with the pink Himalayan salt and we have sea salt and stuff like that. It's supposed to be lower sodium, supposed to be healthy, but none of that stuff is iodized.
And we have the iodized salt too.
I've been trying to use it because you need iodine in your diet. So you have to remember, I always try to be aware, but
10
there's
seconds
so
till the
much to
ads.
know. More ads!
I know, I just don't want to talk to them.
At least I get to
People
give
miss.
out points. It kind of softens the blow. If you're watching an ad, take note of what it is. Tell us. I'll give you 2 points. At least you get something out of the deal. Comes around, goes around. 2 points might be worth more than the amount of money that the ad pays us.
Olive, I thought you were American all this time. As Mike N said that.
Olive is an American.
Yeah, my doctor says, well, be careful with the salt. Okay. And I said, yeah, I do use too much salt. I said, I take some garlic salt and put it on green beans or something. And she goes, don't worry about that. No, she goes, look at the ingredients in the food. Sometimes you buy canned food and things that really has a lot of salt in it. That's the stuff you want to avoid. And she goes, you put a little salt on something, that's not going to hurt anything. I go, really? So now I'm not so worried about it.
Yeah, our salt intake is really, really good.
Planet Fitness ad from Buddy Carafano.
Oh.
All of a sudden we're going.
Oh,
here.
oh,
What
we
did
got.
you- What
Okay,
happened?
you get 2 points for that.
What?
There was something. Oh, Mexican Spec says, I don't know if clear urine is good or not. I think it is good.
Well,
Clear. You don't want it to be cloudy, and you don't want it to be dark.
we had a chart
Yeah.
above the urinals out at the test site, and it had like clear, and it had all these colors, and it told you the warning for each color, and it get like darker. Pretty soon it's saying like, kidney failure. But you were supposed to look at that because they knew people were going to get dehydrated out there. But Mexicans put hot sauce on everything. It all tastes the same no matter what he says. Huh. You can die from drinking too much water. Yeah, like drowning.
Well, if you drink too much water, you can actually wash all the electrolytes out of
Oh.
your system, and your sodium, you can wash that out, and that'll make you sick too. So you have to.
Oh man, out there in the desert, you just drink water all day long, and
Yeah,
it
you
just
need
you sweat it out, but you never know it.
But
'cause
then
the
you have to
humidity's
replenish your electrolytes along the way, or
Right.
at night in the evening. So
humidity's like 10%, and it's 120 degrees. You're gonna sweat, and you don't even know it. Let's see here. Tim says, I haven't used salt or real sugar in 7 to 8 years. Just about everything you buy has salt in it. My sodium levels have been good. Go to a restaurant, I can really tell if they use a lot of salt.
yeah,
Yeah, I've become, since I knew I was a diabetic, like a long time ago, I've become a label reader. Richard Rusnak. My dad was pulling up to stage, and his sugar went low. All of a sudden, he takes off down the drag strip. I was wondering why he took off. He had to get back to the pits to get some sugar. Man. Oh yeah, he just like, okay, I got to get out of here and go get my sugar.
he was like, I don't care about the run.
I don't care about the red light at this point.
Mostly Americans, sometimes being Bostonian, it seems like a whole other country past Route 495. Never been up that one.
Dr. Go Royal Credit
I don't
Union ad. Wherever that is. Huh.
Sounds like a credit union. Dr. Go, you get 2 points.
And Dean Stevenson, Frontera Dairy Co-op advertisement for export milk and dairy.
You get 2 points, Dean. Thank you for enduring another advertisement. Thank you to the sponsorship we're getting through these advertisers. Makes it possible for us to buy cake for Buff Del Campo when his sugar goes low. How else would we afford that carrot cake? It was pretty good.
Man, you bought that cake. I thought I wasn't going to get any.
It was $11.59.
Blueberries. What's this blueberries down there? We haven't read a lot of stuff, but I see blueberries at the bottom.
Olive said something about blue Powerade. I drink the red Powerade.
We have blueberries growing out there. Well, not right now, but they will be out there real soon. And I have to be careful with them. Kim picks them, and then we put them in the freezer, and they're little hard candies. They are so good, but I can't drink a lot of them. I can't eat a lot of them because they've got a lot of sugar in them.
Tim says, we have to read all the labels at the grocery store. I look at sodium, and my wife looks for grams of sugar. We read a lot of labels. A lot of labels. When you start to change your diet, fix your diet, the trips to the grocery store start getting really long for a little while. But then after a while, you sort of learn what's what, and you only have to. But yeah, you could dedicate a lot of time in, literature.
What is that Mike N says?
You start reading those labels, you get into the ingredients, you're like, what the hell is that? And then it starts getting expensive because you read like This cheese is not cheese, it's vegetable oil.
Oh, yeah,
This
cheese
isn't
is
even cheese.
vegetable oil and chemicals.
And then you realize,
what
like,
is this?
what am I eating? Why is there wood rosin in this?
Mexican spec.
This is.
Mexican spec says, "Who here can drink milk with lactose? I can't.
No, I
Kim
drink
cannot.
lactate milk. Oh, I'll get
Kim
it.
cannot. Kim cannot." I was afraid to drink that stuff because I thought it'd taste funny, but it doesn't. Tastes the same. Of course, I haven't had milk in so long.
I get lactose-free whole milk.
Look at that. You can see through it. It must have green on it.
Yeah. Done.
Richard Rosnack. It's me. It's me.
Man, that is good stuff. Because for years and years and years, I could not have any milk.
Oh, what's this? Dick Dashley said something. He says, it's mixed. Richard Rosnack says, it's me, Dick Dashley. My phone went dead. Different email. I don't know. Something going on there.
Oh, I wondered why the name changed.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Got it.
So welcome again. So that's Richard, is Dick Dastardly.
He just says it's me.
Now I get it.
We don't know who it's me was.
Now I get it.
All right. Well, welcome back. Glad you-
Rosnack.
I can't believe you guys stick around. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're talking about our health problems.
How about Bailey's cream liqueur? Oh God, is that stuff good? Or Drambuie. Drambuie's so good, but I can't get this thing flying around here. Get out of here. So yeah, I used to drink that stuff ages ago. You ever have that? Bailey's I think it's Bailey's Irish cream liqueur or
yeah.
Drambuie.
Oh.
Drambuie is
Oh, don't make me think about.
very good.
I don't drink alcohol.
She
Don't
doesn't
make me
drink
think
alcohol.
about those things.
Neither do I. I mean, she bought me a bottle of spiced rum because I like it in Diet Coke, and it's sitting there in my room, and there's about this much out of it. And I look at it and I go, "Yeah, that'd be good," but I don't really like what it does to me. But I like the taste of it, so I'll have another little bit at some point. RR named after Rolls Royce. Oh, throat's gonna do this again.
Wisconsin has about 165 separate cheese companies around the state. Doesn't have any fake filler stuff. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. But cheese is expensive. No wonder they stick wood rosin in it, because it's so expensive. But
We were
like,
buying some cheese, and she pointed that out to me, and I go, "I'm not buying this," and I bought something else, and it was those separately packaged little slices of some kind of like American cheese. So then I bought something else, and the slices were not packaged individually. It was fine, but then this time we were at the store, and I picked up the ones, and I said, "Oh, this is going to be full of this vegetable oil." And I looked at it, and it was individually wrapped pieces of cheese, but it was cheese. So I said, "Oh, okay." So I bought them that time.
I've learned to take smaller bites, savor the flavors, because we don't need to stuff ourselves full of food. It's not healthy anyways. Eat the healthy stuff, eat the real stuff, eat the natural stuff. I don't need to be stuffed full. Just enjoy a little bit.
I used to go to the air show every year at Oshkosh when I was working in the airplane business. And I knew some other people that I know now in California, but they were from Wisconsin. And eventually moved back to Wisconsin, and they were in airplane business up there. So they'd show up at the at Oshkosh, and they'd come over to the booth where I'm working. They'd always bring me cheese curds from Wisconsin. So I'd eat the cheese curds. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was just kind of funny. Guys from Wisconsin bringing me cheese curds. My kid is little, Dick Dastardly.
Oh man, it sounds bad when you say it out loud.
Oh, jeez. I read the one above that. So what do you have up here on the, yeah, some pretty good looking.
It's a 64 Buick
The
Riviera.
car, right? I like the one right behind us. That,
The white one?
yeah, whatever that thing is.
Oh, I like
it's,
the red one.
yeah, the Rivieras. I love those things. They're a good looking car.
What's the white one? Oh,
That-
the white one's a Skylark.
Yeah, with a 455. That's pretty cool.
Cars.
Yeah, I bet you Dallas would like that. Oh, what happened to Dallas and Slant Day of the Garage last Wednesday? They weren't on. I hope they're on tomorrow.
Oh, he needs $1,500 to get out of jail.
What?
He's got a gunshot wound and a bill. Man. Well, you said he just won a bunch of money.
Why is he in jail?
Because he's not supposed to have a weapon because he has a felony and he shot himself in the leg and the police.
Oh, I didn't catch all that.
Yeah, I caught it all.
So he shot himself and ended up in jail for having a gun. He shot himself.
Called my pappy to make my bail, and he said, son, you got to drive me to drink it if you don't stop racing that hot rod Lincoln.
Yeah, the guy that I knew that shot himself in the leg and then it ricocheted up and got himself in the groin. Didn't hit anything real important, but he also was not supposed to have a gun.
Man, that is some terrible luck.
Jeez, they're two brothers, and one of them got in a lot of trouble, and the other one didn't, although he got in trouble that time. So he's in a convenience store playing some kind of video game, and the cops come in there and they think he's the other brother. So he doesn't have any warrants out, but the other brother does. So the cops get him mixed up. So they think he's got warrants. So what's he do? Instead of proving who he is and not getting arrested, he hits the cop. He took his fist and he hit the cop in the face. Well, then he did go to jail.
That'll do it.
So,
That's hard to defend.
that's really dumb. So that's why he wasn't supposed to have a gun, was because after that incident. Oh. Electra 225.
Oh, I did not know that you could get cellulose from celery. Although it makes perfect sense because they're very yeah. I mean, clearly it makes sense that you could get cellulose from celery, but I didn't realize that.
So
And you
he had
have
this-
to have something to powder to keep the cheese from sticking back together, or so I mean it is required. It's not filler. Has a
So
purpose.
now I have a question.
Okay,
About Richard Jr., whatever his name is. He had a bad day because he shot himself, and then he went to jail. Did he go to the hospital between the incident and jail, or did they sew him up in jail, or what? What the heck?
Oh, they would have
Man.
they would have had to take him to the hospital first, right?
Oh, that's what Mexican Spec's asking him. Did they at least fix his leg first? Yeah. Nothing got shot off.
It's just a flesh wound.
I'd rather avoid getting shot. You know.
No, it's not. Your arm's clean off.
Or the hospital called the cops.
Oh, for a gunshot. Yeah.
That's what happened. The guy I know that shot himself. They ended up medevacing him out of there in a helicopter, and then the cops came.
He spent all that money already. Oh man.
Yes, Kim, but a certain part of a man is just flesh. A certain part of a man is just water. Could have just shot the water out.
What did I say wrong?
I don't know. Mexican Spec is correcting you with something.
Patrick Sullivan just sends lol. All right, guys. Only in Tennessee, says Terry Mott.
Only in Tennessee. What happened in Tennessee?
I mean, this sounds more like a Florida man kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Calf shot. I knew a guy.
Lester says that's Black Knight from Monty Python. That was a line from Monty Python, Black Knight, yeah.
I had a friend that was a cop, and he's out shooting on one of the cops had property. So they're out there like on a weekend shooting, and they're drinking. There's a smart thing to be doing. And he had a handgun stuffed in his belt, on the inside of his belt, and it caught somehow, and he's trying to get it in there, and he caps off a round, and it goes through the side of his butt and out the other side. So then they took him to the hospital, and he had, an entry wound and an exit wound, both in his butt. So he had to have that sewed up. Now, I couldn't believe stupid cops are even drinking and shooting, Yes, I went to the hospital. Yes, went to the hospital by himself, and they called the cops. I see. Walk in the hospital. An emergency room. What happened? I shot myself. I shot his calf. Yeah, that kind of calf. Different kind of calf. Well, guys, I'm going to sign off. 38 Racing.
Ray, it's always good to have you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, crazy live tonight. You know what we're going to have to do?
What's that?
Same thing he's doing. We've been here. We didn't
really go over as many cars as we normally do.
We've been here 3.5 hours. Let me see if I got any other emails I missed.
I mean, it's okay that we didn't. We did get to see a video of a viewer's car. That was cool. We have
one more that, I don't know. I guess I'll show this. This is one that Buddy Carfano sent that I missed.
Buddy sent a lot of pictures tonight. Thank you
so
much.
Louvers. American louvers. I don't really like that.
Oh, right, because we were talking in the U.S. We like our louvers on the outside.
Oh, it looks like Mexican Spec's leaving too. Okay.
I think we're all leaving.
We're all about done. So next week, 1987. I guess we already said that. So.
And the weather's going to be nice, so we'll be in the shop this week, and we'll be live Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I don't know which nights. We'll put up a live stream notification.
Yeah.
And health chat tonight.
That's and you know what? You know what? I'm feeling better. I'm not all woozy feeling right now.
I saved him, guys.
You're leaving, Buff. Yeah, we are leaving.
Once you say it, we have to go.
Yeah, they just
can't mention it, or else everybody bails out.
We usually go 3 hours plus a little. Well, we're well past that.
We don't want to keep everybody too late.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to say
good
goodnight.
Times. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. And take care of yourselves. Plus, get some stuff done on your projects. And we'll talk to you all real soon. Mexican Spec, be careful. Enjoy Mexico City. Take some shorts of Mexico City that don't have anything to do with cars. Mexico City is a really cool place.
When you're going down the road, I really like those videos you do while you're going down the road and seeing the Mexican roads and seeing what's along the sides. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. We can't wait to see it.
Take care, everybody.
Talk to everybody really soon.
Good night.